Sound and fury, fire and smoke. This is what greets those forced to live in the squalid slums surrounding the spaceport of New Astrid, one of many spotting the surface of the planet, Syzygen. The billowing cloud of carbon monoxide and spent propellant washes over and through the buildings, a seasonal spectral cloud. The same exhaust coating their elders' lungs coats their children's lungs, and surely will coat their kin after them. A quintet of rockets, all firing toward the heavens, carrying with the behemoth transport ship, Star over Dawn. Supermassive ships such as it are rare, but they serve a purpose of utmost import, containing food from their fields, goods from their stores, weapons from their factories, on the dizzying scale of a planet. Some might say they are bread boxes, sustaining distant lives in times of need. Others, the true hands of commerce, moving such a volume of goods to be a market unto themselves. However, their most honest and most essential purpose is clear: to fuel a war. And so the Star over Dawn escapes Syzygen's pull, detaches its rockets, and drifts from its erstwhile home towards a familiar destination. With nothing in its way but vacuum and the lingering evidence of long-concluded ship battles, it corrects, and glides, effortless, unstoppable. Star over Dawn to Avarice. Special delivery. Welcome to Absent Gods, a Beam Saber campaign run by myself, the GM Josie, and my friends. Please introduce yourself, your character, and give us their drive and beliefs. Seth?
Hello, I'm Seth. I play Rushing Limbo for his drive. Basically what he wants to do is get big. Showbiz, baby. Be the top dog in mech fighting. You asked for beliefs?
Yeah.
For your characters, I guess?
Yeah.
For Stunner, he believes Stunner... says, Stunner put money down on me in mech fighting, so she trusts me. For Truffle, he's the guy in charge here, can't do any good for me. And for Faded is, that mech is huge, he must have been part of some big group.
Okay, Michael?
Hi, I'm Michael. I play Stunner Morello. Her drive is to essentially provide steady or permanent support to her family and her hometown. She believes that Rushing Limbo is a poser. He's never really won a race. But she also believes that he had a troubled past, which has kind of led to his delinquency. She believes that Faded is a violent person, and she also believes that Truffle is a bit too fancy for these parts. Should I give my a rival beliefs as well?
Yep.
Lastly, she believes that her rival, Jackal, is kind of freaky and just does nothing better to do than harass her.
Okay, Jacob?
Hello, I am Jacob, and I play Truffle Troubadour. His personal drive is to become financially self-sufficient, on part of his way clearing his family damage debts and his own leg payments as part of his journey to become less reliant on his family back at home. His beliefs. He looks at Rushing and his headstrong, rush-in-to-battle nature and thinks that he's gonna make him lose a paycheck one of these days. For Stunner, he thinks that she's a good fighter and plenty useful, but maybe doesn't deserve to be in the heat of battle. For Faded Rosary, he can see that Z has a lot of baggage and doesn't know if he can rely on Zerb in a dangerous moment.
Okay, and Jennifer?
Hi, I'm Jenny, and I am playing Faded Rosary. Currently, their goal is to end their former military, the Thrice-Skewered Devils, at almost any cost, probably any cost. As of right now, Z believes Rushing Limbo is the big wild card of the group. Cannot get a read on him in the slightest. Z initially just believed that Stunner was way too innocent to be in this situation, but has come to realize that she's been hurt a lot. She's been hurt by the war, a lot like Z has. And Z looks at Truffle and just thinks that he doesn't even realize just how far in over his own head he is right now.
All very good and understandable. So can anyone give a summary of what happened last session?
Well,
We made our FOB in it was a warehouse, right?
Yep.
Yep.
No.
We made our FOB in a warehouse, and fortunately,
No,
it was not a warehouse. No.
okay.
It is an office building,
Oh.
but the lower portion of it, because the top half of the office is just flattened. We did have a workshop that we were going to have on the top, but we decided that as the people who allegedly can you flash allegedly on the screen when I say that, Seth? Thanks. The people who allegedly owned the tools to that workshop really wanted them back, and we figured that the best course of action would have just give them their tools back. At least their faction likes us a little bit more for that. We were able to do some salvage. I believe a majority of us trained, and some of us got to work on their drives. Fade visited their old, was it commander?
Yes,
officer?
Commander Lin.
Commander Lin.
Who it turns out is currently bedridden with cancer. So she wasn't exactly the lead that Z was hoping to find, but Z still managed to, at the end of it, find one single hint, a single name, to use as a further connection to try to track down any semblance of a rebellion within this military, or anything to kill it, really. Also, something you missed is that we did not just give him the workshop tools, we traded it for all of his business cards.
Yeah, you're right. We did just take that man's business cards. I'm pretty sure.
It's got raised
I don't know how many we've got.
You also, of course, forgot the most important part, which was that Rushing Limbo did a bunch of donuts in the street.
I was getting to that, goddammit.
in front of the 7-Eleven.
I was gonna go on to say how Stunner Morello did some consulting with her legal advisor, Martini Kickflip, and is still attempting to figure out the best course of action for her drive. And what I was going to say lastly was Limbo did some whack-ass tricks in front of the gas station down the road.
Yeah, that got him enough ticks in the Show My Skills clock to fill it, which got him his first tick in his drive clock.
Yay!
Well on his way.
I decided to schmooze a bit and make some well-organized paperwork for our official submission as a squad to the Cradle.
Yep, and you
Well,
met
not- yeah.
y'all's direct superior?
Overseer?
Not overseer, what? Direct superior, Bitch Eternal.
Who has given us our first official job, which we'll be playing out today.
Mm-hmm. Before we got
Allegedly.
into it completely, I want to put everyone's attention to the player principles. They're helpfully on the bottom rightish of your sheets. I just wanted to highlight them this time because we didn't really talk about them before. Y'all know my principles as a GM, which is to make the world feel real, to make sure everyone's safe, and to play to find out what happens. Y'all have take responsibility, build your character through play, use your stress and quirks, hustle to get ahead, embrace the pilot's life, break the rules with long-term projects, go into danger, fall in love with trouble, advocate for the scenes you want, act now, plan later, use actions honorably, and don't talk yourself out of fun. They're all pretty self-explanatory. But does anyone have any particular thoughts on any of them?
I'd like to build my character through play.
Thank you for that thought.
I'm falling in love with trouble already.
I do like the encouragement to cause trouble, considering
Yeah.
that we have at least one person on this team who is desperately begging us to not fall into trouble.
Please don't. Please.
What do you mean? That's your name, Trouble Troubadour.
It's his middle name, Truffle Trouble Troubadour.
That's
Troubledore.
a mouthful.
Trouble
Troubledore.
Troubledore. Yeah.
His
Trouble,
middle
Trouble.
name is Mallory.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I'm putting that in my
Jesus
sheet.
That's
Christ.
upsetting.
You
This is the
should've-
worst.
You should have stuck with Trouble, buddy. We would have respected you
Session
more.
over. Fuck this.
Well,
Permission
I
to
have
change
put
his
that in
call
my
sign to Mallory.
No, shut up.
No, it's still
listed-
Yo-Yo. We
please.
have to emulate him a little bit more.
Okay.
Mm,
And we, as characters, do not know his middle name anyway, so...
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I just blooded the first thing that came into my mouth, out of my
I would
mouth.
like to schmooze.
More than a little funny that all of your call signs are either spoken into like existence by or caused by Jackal in some
Jackal
way.
gave us all our nicknames.
I mean,
He may
like,
be
he
an
was
asshole,
the
but he's a
first
good
major
namer.
conflict.
Yeah.
This is true.
It's only right he gets to choose.
You guys put me on the spot for naming call signs, and then I insulted. I insulted.
Stunner?
Yeah, I insulted Stunner.
And
So I was
Copperhead.
blanking.
I'm telling you, as a player, I am 100% down for it.
I'm loving it. Yeah, but in character, Limbo hates it.
But yeah, so does anybody have any things that they want to get done before the mission? It's kind of, what's the word? Short notice. The mission was set to be, I think, 2 days from when you got it.
I thought it was a week.
I might have said that. But now it's 2 days.
Change of plans is going on ahead of time. Whoops.
I hate HR.
We're in the middle of like getting ready to roll out in a week, and bitch shows up again. She's like, "Hey guys, actually it's tomorrow."
Limbo dies on the spot.
Yeah, did
Yeah, but
anybody
he
have
does it like a
any,
Gmod animation death.
did anybody have any particular, like, did they want to use downtime actions? Because if not, things like gathering information would probably be 100.
Yeah, I would want
If
to...
you had any ideas based on like that didn't involve talking to your like mission contact,
Ooh.
you were given like a staging area to be when the like just before it goes off, so you can like rendezvous.
I have an idea I'd like to express.
Okay, what is that?
Could we say that in the process of Stunner Morello going, sorting through the papers as we have it, could we do a roll for gather information on that to see if there was any like geographical information we could get, anything of note from there?
How do you mean? Like you're
I
looking
would-
through a lawyer's papers for information about Rubea?
I assumed the papers were more like laws and like local areas and everything that was around, like more than just like lawyers'
I mean, let's be
papers.
honest. In Kickflip Martini's pile is literally every possible different kind of like form and paper about like law and shit.
I mean, like, theoretically, it could be possible that at the very least, somewhere in his files, there's information on the construction taking place at that power plant, because I'm sure that had to go through at least one legal committee.
Yeah, there's probably, and if it didn't, then like that will be relatively like obvious, because I guess okay, yeah. That sounds like. What do you think it sounds like? Do
Let
you
me
think that's
see.
like a study? I could see like study or not really survey. Survey is like looking at things physically. Study is like looking,
Yeah,
being more studious about it.
Yeah,
I think study would make sense.
Yeah, interface would make sense if you were like using like a computer or something to search, but I don't think you're doing that.
No.
But yeah, go ahead and roll study, I suppose. Just so you know, with gathered information, you don't fail. This just determines like the quality of information you get.
How many dice? Just one?
For yeah, pretty much like how many points you have in study.
I have 0 in study, so just one.
That would be 2 roll or take the lowest. But let's see. Yeah, this isn't about the route you're going to take, so you don't get the bonus from scavengers. I'm pretty sure that's what scavengers does, right? Yeah, scroungers. No. Which one was it that, No, that's... Hold up. Am I stupid? Right, that's on the move. I'm sorry. I kept thinking about that, and I was like, don't you have that? No, you do not. Yeah, you roll 2, take the lowest. Still
good.
pretty good.
Still good.
Okay, so this is standard information. I think you'll pretty quickly realize that there is no information about any sort of construction that should be going on there. If someone signed off on it, they certainly didn't tell anybody. So essentially, this is all very off the books stuff. It's being done without official sanction. What else would you get? Standard information should be enough. I think that maybe you also find that there's been complaints about it, that some of the more the locals that are closer to the power plant have complained about noise and stuff. In particular, inquiries into who is doing this and why. So you know that the locals aren't exactly happy about it.
And they don't necessarily know what it is.
Nope.
Okay, that's very good information.
Mm-hmm.
You sure this was a 4?
Yes. If you got good information, you'd get more than that.
Crazy.
Does anybody else have any particulars? Did you want to do a downtime activity to get in, or yeah, acquire an asset? Anything else?
Is it possible to go ahead of time and survey the surroundings?
Yeah, you could.
Get an
Take a
eye.
small trip out to Rubea. It's a little ways away. It's if you were to bring up a map of the world that I posted somewhere, I also think I have it. Yeah, let me move you to this. I think this is set up. Yeah, there it is. Rubea is I'll just draw a little thing on here. Rubea would be around here.
Okay.
It's a kind of a frontier town. Ironic since you're literally in the frontier, but they're essentially on the edge of the Interium.
Okay. Seems good, seems good. Okay, so you want me to get that survey roll out?
Yeah, do you just go in your vehicle, or?
Yeah, just a vehicle. Don't go into mech form. Unless
Okay.
need be.
So you just take you tell everyone, hey, I'm gonna take a day trip out there and check it out.
Yeah.
Are you checking out Rubea itself, or where around the area that they told you would be the action?
Around the area. Because that seems to make the most sense.
How close are you getting? Because there could be consequences for you getting particularly close.
Oh, good.
And at
there
that point,
now.
it would be an action roll and not a gather information.
Is there now? Let me go look at that map you've posted.
Seth, please don't kill off Limbo already.
I'll just move everybody to the map
Okay.
because it's just there.
Let me zoom out so that I can actually see it, because I was zoomed in a lot.
Oops.
I don't want to get too close now that I'm looking at it again.
Okay.
Yeah, just get some area about every bit here. So that would be a insight roll. Survey.
I'm sorry. What's going on?
I'm rolling, right?
For-
For survey? To get a look?
I just wanted to know how and what you're actually looking for.
Oh, just anything of interest. Oh, hey, this is a good clear spot, and B, maybe, perhaps it could pop up here or there.
Okay, so you're driving around town, but you're keeping an eye on where Buttercup is, right?
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Or are you checking out Clover?
I may check out Clover. Clover seems like a good idea, but not get too close because, I'm sure I'll get in trouble and then everybody else will yell at me.
So B or C?
B
Okay.
more. He sounds better.
All right. So you said insight, but insight's not a roll.
It's sorry,
Survey is what you mean.
I meant survey, but I was looking at insight at the time I was saying.
It's okay. But yeah, go ahead and roll your survey.
So action, survey. So that's just one dice. I guess controlled. Standard. One dice, please. Give me the dice. Come on. Well, that's okay. I'm alright.
Not great.
With that.
Limited information.
That's okay. I'll live with it. Like hell.
Would you mind reading out what you wrote, Michael?
Limbo finds a pretty nice hot dog stand on the edge of B and gets a nice meal. Never mind.
What's his favorite hot dog topping?
His
Relish.
Yeah, he looks like a relish
hate
kind of
relish.
guy.
I hate relish, and I hate that you said this.
Well, it's a good thing you're not rushing Limbo then.
It's a good thing I'm not rushing Limbo, but yeah, I'll accept it. I'll accept that he likes relish on his hot dog.
So if the roll is bad, does that mean the hot dog stand is actually a mafia front?
No, there
Sans
just
is
was
there.
none. There was just no hot dog stand.
Sans is
It's
there
just-
and he gives you a hot cat.
This is so sad.
Damn. Does he at least put it
not,
on your
Sans
head?
is not canon to this. Don't bring him in here.
Yet.
Anyway,
Shut.
limited information on Buttercup.
Yup.
I'm gonna say that you see several. You see quite a few areas that look like they would be like clearings that folks could reasonably like have concentrations of forces. I'll put some things on the map for you.
Hell yeah.
So
What
draw a
things on
shape.
the map?
Can I draw a circle? Am I allowed to do that?
You should be able to.
There's draw shape, but I'm hold Alt for a circle. Oof. All right.
Okay. All right. That's pretty decent information, though.
I don't know who this dude is, but he'd be looking like cheese.
Yeah, it's starting to look like some Swiss, huh?
I could go for some cheese.
Let me
But
just no, I'm not gonna actually draw the cheese. Y'all can do that post processing.
okay.
But yeah, that's the information you get. Is that there are clearings that look like they could have concentrations in them.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. That's good enough for me.
Is there anything else anybody wanted to check out before getting to actually meeting Protostel Amarylis?
The information I wanted to ask was actually mostly just from what I would ask of them, so I think I'm good.
Okay. Then
Can't
in
really
that
think.
case-
Can't really think of much.
Yep. All right, just to go over the mission once more. I've like sent it on the Discord, but we'll read it out. You are employed by Protostel Amarylis of the Interium Republic. The target is the Green-Eyed Fiends, who are an independent pirate faction. You will be doing this on the outskirts of Rubea, sometimes called the Sleeping City. That's on the edge of Interium Republic territory. The objective is to protect the flank at Point Buttercup, while Protostel Amarylis forces engage Green-Eyed Fiends at Point Aster. And you have a side objective, which is to investigate the newly built structures around the power plant at Point Clover. The rules of engagement are do no damage to civilian property, and let no civilian come under harm, let nobody, civilian or military, through Point Buttercup, and do not under any circumstances enter Point Aster. But y'all do or die day comes, and I suppose y'all just kind of like drive your vehicles over to Rubea, well, nearby Rubea. It's stationed about, or the what's the word for it? Like staging ground or something.
Set up?
The staging ground is about an hour or two away. You come to, it's essentially just a field with a bunch of like tents that they've set up for like workshops and like their folks who are just like resting. Some people are like eating. They have a large variety of vehicles, but most of them seem to be, models from the Interium. You see several that are called Steiners. I I have it written up in the new document stuff.
Ooh.
The MWP Steiner, it's one of the more human-shaped Interium mechs. Most of them are like four-legged, usually like animal-like. But the Steiner is kind of a general-purpose trooper. It's broad-shouldered, thin-hipped. It has no head. It looks kind of cobbled. Like it's just like it looks like a bunch of different pieces that like don't necessarily fit together. It's got 2 digitigrade legs, so like kind of dog legs. It's very blocky. Most of its everything that isn't like its legs are like rectangular in shape. And interesting about it is that all of its weapons are not built into it, but on it. So like their hands essentially grab what is basically a gun, and have to lift and like point it using their hands.
Boston Dynamics is getting crazy.
Other than that, it has a large pylon on the left shoulder. Most Interium mechs have some sort of a pylon on their shoulder or head that usually has electronics in them. Other than that, you see some more horse-shaped things called centaurs, kind of wolf-shaped things called wolves. The wolf is a light mech. Centaur is a very large, heavy mech that seems to have some like either missile emplacements or like a heavy cannon on its back. But somebody approaches you, I think, when you like get there and are kind of gawking a bit. You kind of have this like it's like low noble-ish look, like a noble that's like trying a little bit too hard to look the part.
Yeah.
And they're followed up by another person who looks a little bit more homely, that has like their hair tied back in like by like a white cloth. The taller man, I think, addresses you all and it's like, I am Valentine Finale. Good to make your acquaintance. Canyon crawlers, I presume?
Is he holding out his hand?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna slap it real hard with a good hearty shake. And say, nice to meet you.
I think he returns the shake, but like is a bit off-put and is like, charmed.
Hell yeah.
You may know me as the leader of the Protostel Amarylis, and he looks very very proud of that fact. He's got a ruffled shirt on, very done-up hair. I think he's got like he looks powdered,
Yeah.
a bit artificially pale.
The kind of person where if you shake him a bunch, chalk dust comes out.
Absolutely.
The
Okay,
kind of
so a
person
bunch
that
of
needs a
chalk-
priest.
So a bunch of chalk dust came out off of him whenever Limbo shook him. Got it.
Only a little.
Only a little.
It pains me that we could not field any more important units to assist us. But regardless, I am, and it takes him like a bit to get this out. And he's like, "Damn it! Now I forgot the word."
It's okay.
Chuffed?
No, chuffed. What the? This is why I'm the DM.
Yeah.
Chuffed.
I've heard you say that before. Yeah, that's why you're the DM, because you can think.
Chives.
I wish I was eating some drives
I
right
am
now.
charmed. No, I already said charmed. That sounds so stupid.
Delighted.
Delight is good. I am delighted at your presence here. Regardless, I have too much to look after, so you will defer to my lieutenant. And she nods, is like, yes, captain. And then like as soon as he leaves, like she kind of like stretches out and is like, okay. Hi. My name is 5 Under Freezing. I am the lieutenant for the Protostel Amarylis. Hi. Here's hoping we can, I don't know, get through this together.
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as what's his name is out of earshot, I've already forgotten his name.
Understandable.
As soon as he is out of earshot, Fade's just gonna like look at him and then back to 5 and just go, Is that a person or is that just a really fancy mech?
Limbo's gonna chuckle at
Oh,
that one.
if you want to see a fancy mech, you should see his. You can't like she points out one of the wolves. They're a little harder to see since they're light mechs, but his is especially hard to see because it seems like he's on a very cubist bent, or not cubist. He's a traditional artist, so his mech looks very almost photorealistic. But the problem is that like from the side, something about the way it's painted or designed makes it very hard to focus on it. And whenever he like turns it around such that it's pointing like towards you, it looks a lot smaller than it actually is.
Oh, hell
Like
yeah.
some sort of trick of the light or some sort of like weird painting design just makes it like a very hard mech to track.
That's good stuff.
This one's mine, and 500 freezing points to a centaur that is done up in a very large like mural that covers most of it.
Yo, I love that.
It's
Limbo's
a
gonna say that.
Yeah, it's cubist, so lots of like sharp lines and like representations of things.
Fade is like in awe. This in particular, Z just cannot stop staring.
Fade and Limbo are just aghast over how beautiful this mech is. They're so
like,
Stunner's nodding.
I'll take your silence as a compliment.
Yeah, Stunner's nodding.
That's all.
I haven't been at this for very long, but Valentine himself got me this position, so I'm very grateful for him, or to him.
Right.
But
Sorry, I got distracted because lots of pretty colors were on that thing. That was a stupid way of saying it. Good job, Fade. Anyway, yeah, hi.
hi, nice to meet you as well. Shake hand.
Shake hand.
Can I shake her hand? Am I allowed?
You may.
Fuck yes.
Shakes anybody's hands who
Yeah.
wants to shake hands.
Yes.
Stunner
yes,
I
shakes.
should say that Truffle hasn't quite gotten out of his mech yet. He is like sorting out something in there, like, but no one can really see at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. I give
Yeah,
that.
if Valentine defers to me in order to fill in any support. So if you have any questions, now's the time to ask, because we will be starting looks at like wristwatch probably within a few hours.
Not a question, but I did think I should mention. From what I could find, there's no real documentation on whatever's being built over at Point C.
Oh, you mean Clover? The
Clover, thank you.
what was it? Shuffles through dossier. The power plant. Sorry, I'm not very versed in everything that isn't the stuff that we'll be doing. You're kind of hoping that you just kind of take care of that, but if you want to talk shop, I can.
Alright, I just thought it would be something I could mention.
Okay,
I want to ask if
that is more your thing, so I can't really help you there, bud.
Okay.
Sorry. What's your name?
I'm Stunner Morello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
More snaky guy. Sorry if that's rude. I don't meet
Cobra,
many
but yeah.
gene affected. I don't know what the word is for it, but
Yeah. Cobra, but yes, Limbo.
right. What were you saying?
Wanted to ask what to expect mech-wise. If any. If you expect us to get it flanked, because I do.
Yeah, like that was similar to what I was gonna ask. Actually, like, is this just raw precaution, or are you guys expecting to get flanked and hoping we'll take care of it?
That sounds like a gather information.
Hell yes. Yes, it
Jenny, since you haven't done any gather information yet, I don't think.
I have not.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
All right. This sounds like a consort, but it could be different depending.
No points in consort.
It could be several things. This is up to you.
Hmm.
It just depends on like how you want the move to like kind of look, essentially. Like, are you trying to like kind of schmooze it, which would sounds like a sway. You're not commanding, I don't think, because you're not exactly like demanding it.
Hmm.
It could also just be a consort, and you can accept that you're not exactly good at that.
I think I'm gonna have to accept that I'm not good at that.
Limbo
Right.
can
It's like
help.
use actions honorably.
Limbo will help.
Yeah, you can help.
I'm gonna help because I'm also.
It sounded like you
asking
were
that
helping
same
anyway.
question.
So.
Yeah, this is our question together, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and press. Or not press, but that would be 1 dice, I believe.
1 dice. Oh yeah. Would I take stress for that or no? Because
Nobody
this is just
takes stress
dice.
for helping with gather information.
Okay. Thank you.
It is only like realsy dealsy actions that you take stress with.
Okay, alright.
So Jennifer, can you get me a roll?
Jenny gets to roll.
Good. That's pretty good.
Good.
I think she kind of thinks about it because this isn't exactly her forte. She doesn't really know much about Rubea either. But if I had to guess, Rubea is kind of a, how would I put it? A yuppie town. It's full of retirees and stuff. So it's folks who've done their time or just I don't know, still own some sort of office or something or rent out. So I'd say mostly Steiners. It's kind of you go in the military to get a car or something, but for them it's Steiners. Rubea is they call it the sleeping city. That's mostly because it's full of old people. Lots, retirees, old folks, Steiners. Yeah, as far as we know, the people likely to be in Buttercup aren't affiliated with anybody, as far as I can tell. They might be locals who are doing this for whatever reason. And that's why we think that it's mostly Steiners.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
I ain't got nothing.
Okay. You know to stay out of Point Aster.
I actually wanted to just... I wanted to wonder one other thing, and this one ain't that important because it's your conflict and not mine, but I was just curious as to how premeditated this was. You've been planning this for a while?
Well, this part is... Well, hiring you, I don't think was a very recent... Well, no, yeah, that was very recent. We're not exactly... The Interium is not, hard out for forces, but for whatever reason, the folks that we were having help us aren't here right now. So, here you are. Regardless, this has been going on for a while, and we've set this up for months now. We finally actually pinpointed them, so yeah. Before they can leave, we're going to strike them.
Works for me.
Anything else?
Actually, real quick, I think you should probably meet our I don't know what to call him in a nice way, but you ought to meet him because you ought to meet everyone on the team. Truffle,
Oh, yeah,
dude.
Here. I'll go get him. He's gonna go bang on that big old mix. Truffle.
You feel like a brief fuck shit. Zip.
Truffle.
You hear a zipping noise, and then finally the cube pops open and knocks Limbo away.
Hang on, a zipping noise? Were you naked in there, buddy?
No, I was putting my vest on.
Truffle, you gotta warn me. You just hit me.
Sorry. I mean, so yeah, Truffle finally steps out of his thing. He's no longer actually wearing his business uniform like everyone else has seen him in. He's now in a much different, maybe a bit rummage sale, but more battle uniform. He also has
Okay.
he also has a little sheet of metal above his head, which he quickly slides down, and it's a mask.
That's a nice look you got there. I'm gonna pretend you're not stealing it from me. Anyway, you dodged a bullet meeting the powdered man, but you ought to meet this one.
Limba's gonna scoff at that mask though, like, oh my god.
It's not like the same kind of mask. It's just like a metal sheet.
It's like, oh my god, you're really doing that. You really got that
Okay,
going on.
a little extra, but we can work with it.
You've seen the picture already.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, Truffle gets out and she's like trying now to look like more confident than he normally does. He's like walks over and like holds his hand out for 5 below 0, 5 below freezing.
5 shakes her hand. She looks a little bit like amused, but like partly like it's not exactly good-natured amused, kind of like, oh boy, rookies, huh? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna jaunt on over there and kind of buddy slap Truffle on the back of the shoulder. That's
Truffle, my guy.
He lifts up his mask, like give a side eye.
My guy, if you needed a mask, you know I know a guy, right? Like, you didn't have to just fucking weld some metal to your head.
We're just going hard on him.
Guys,
Well,
leave
this
him
seems
be.
my cue to leave. If you have any questions, here's the local radio. It goes straight to me. The captain doesn't want anybody, distracting him.
Alright, sorry about. We will make sure to do a good job. Thank you for your help.
That's the hope. And then trots off.
Fade, equal parts out of force of habit and respect, salutes as she leaves.
I think about 10 minutes after she leaves, you hear her over the radio saying like, "Oh, I forgot. You should probably keep us in touch about how you plan on dealing with Buttercup, because we want the element of surprise when we go into Aster. So if you plan on engaging immediately, or if you want any loud bangs, please give us a sign."
Gotcha.
We'll be in touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is my cue to ask, is that all the gathered information y'all want to do so far?
I can't think of anything personally. But like I'm like not good at gather information.
Okay, and then I will ask, what
Am I only
tactic?
allowed to gather once?
Not necessarily. It depends on what you want to know.
I think,
so-
I think that Fade spends these last couple hours, like, scoping out the town, specifically because of the fact that we're not necessarily sure if anybody will end up coming from the town. Just kind of, like, bumming around and asking people. Nothing, like, too blatant to give anything away, just kind of asking around, I guess, seeing if anyone's up to anything.
Okay, asking like the locals or asking Protostel?
The locals.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and let's see. That sounds like you're doing this socially. So what do you think you'd be rolling? You could also just like make more of a study of it, or a survey, if you were just looking yourself.
Actually, I think, come to think of it, like, it's possible that, like, directly asking people would probably end up, like, sounding too much like something that would blow everyone's cover, so I think Z would probably want to avoid that in favor of just kind of, like, make, like, a general sort of study or survey somewhere between there of just kind of, like, keeping an eye on the area, sort of just walking around, making notes of how many people are out, and making notes of how many people, like, may or may not be getting into vehicles for whatever reason.
Okay, want to make that a survey then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead and roll that dice. Not great.
Not great.
I mean, you do get the obvious stuff, which is that you see, like, kind of a communal parking garage, essentially. It's essentially like a... I'll put a little thing on the map. If I can draw it. Somewhere over... come on, draw it. Around over here is a... As I said, essentially like a communal parking garage where folks usually leave their mechs. So you think that if anybody was going to like come from the city, they would probably come from where they store their mechs. So there is that.
Okay.
Otherwise, you don't see all that many people out. Right now, it is relatives kind of early morning, so like 9 a.m. That's not early morning, but morning. Uh, this is a sleepy town of old people who kind of get up later. I'm gonna just say that's what old people do because I don't actually know.
I mean, like, I'm sure there are some. I'm sure that you could get some confirmation bias on that one.
Right. There are certainly people out, but it's like those are the like very much more stodgy, like I get up at 6 a.m. and mow my lawn at 7 kind of people.
Every day, even when it doesn't need mowing.
Every day. Yeah, otherwise, that's pretty much what you get. So, will that be all?
I think so.
Okay. Y'all have to decide on a tactic.
Yay.
If you have the basics open, I think the tactics are on there.
Let me open up the basics. Oh, wait, it was in this one, though. No, it wasn't. There it is. Okay, I found it. Let's see. If I can
Yep, there
find
is
it.
assault, deception, social, transport, science, and stealth. So are you going to go in guns blazing? Are you going to like try and get in there, like getting close, like stealth-like? Are you going to act like deception? Sounds like you would like maybe act as though you're part of their group. What are you doing? What's the idea? Remember, this is just how you start it. This is not how the whole thing will go. And that it can very immediately change because of your engagement roll.
See, like, my issue with this to some extent is that, like, a lot of these, initially at least, make it sound like we already know that there's a combatant, when right now we're only just kind of, like, keeping an eye out in case a civilian turns out to be a little more ornery than expected.
Not necessarily. I think the initial information it's not so much that there could be people in or trying to get through Buttercup, but there are people in Buttercup. You know that there are, or like according to the information, there are people that are like in the forest.
And we just want to escort them back to sea.
I mean, if they're not people in mechs who like are paid by the Green-Eyed Fiends to not let you.
Okay. So, if I could say what I think would be a good starting kind of position, at least not tactics wise, like not in the sense of tactics, but just kind of what we would do. I think that these 3 spots are kind of the best place to have people posted, and that would leave room for someone to go to C as well. Considering that these are all on the town side of B, so if someone is trying to get through, it's easier to see them coming in from the side over there, on C, which is hopefully where most people are gonna, attempt to come through if they're just civilians, and so, nah, back off. And my also thinking is, with this one in particular, I think Stunner would do well there, considering it feels kind of like a choke point, almost, with, like, these two other clearings just right there. So I think her, with her defensive capabilities, would do well right in that spot.
It's an interesting thought, interesting idea. In that same vein, I think if there's one person who's going to be not holding a clearing and is specifically going to be investigating C, I think that it should be Truffle. Both because of the fact that, like, if it needs to come to combat, I think he might be the least equipped to handle that directly, and also because of the fact that the combination of his getup and his mech make him, like, the least conspicuous, so people will be a little less wary of him just kind of driving by and just happening to park near Point Clover.
He also has a smaller mech.
That too.
One that, if I remember correctly, still has slots open, so could have some form of like camouflage.
I used one slot, which was the grapple.
Right.
This way, you guys can like have your own time away from leader.
I do have unassuming appearance, but I'm not sure like if that would fit too well in the sense of like planning this.
It depends, but the important part is like the engagement. So how are you starting this? Like the rest can like happen because, act instead of planning it.
Fair
one
point,
of the player
fair
principles. Point. It's act now, plan later. So the important part is, what are you doing at the start? Are you going in quiet? Are you going in loud? Is the most basic form of that.
I say
Quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah, quiet. As much as Limbo would like to go in loud, you know.
Okay.
I almost wish that there were some way to not have to like have my mech out in the open because of the fact that like if it doesn't need to come to it, I think it'd be really easy to blend in more without our mechs. But we kind of would need
you
to
could
get
certainly
to
you could certainly not be in your mech.
You could be
Fair
with
point.
Limbo.
You could be on foot and ride shotgun with someone and then
Yeah.
exit if you think you needed to.
I think that actually might be yeah. So I think I'm riding shotgun with Limbo until things go bad, or if they happen to go bad.
Okay. I assume you'll at least have your mech available in the distance.
Yeah, like it'll
Okay.
be somewhere, just like not. I feel like having it in the place that we're trying to drive people away from might end up driving people towards it because it is very big.
Right. Also to mention, it is a heavily forested area. So coming in from the south or the north would probably, mask or help to mask your, approach if you were going stealthy.
I think approaching from the south would be ideal. Then I think that I at least will be leaving war paint somewhere in the deep forests in the south half of Buttercup.
Okay, we'll just put it there. It's not literally right there, but you understand that's
Yes.
outside the location.
Yeah, and it's farther away from C and A, so the chances of it getting spotted right away is incredibly low. So.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
And the rest of y'all, are you also starting from the south?
I mean, might as well. I have to pick her up.
Right.
Was he up? Was it?
Let me
No,
also
was her. Okay.
get. Come on. There we go. Too big. Bigger than your mech. There we go. Finally, actually get to use your character token.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. Everyone, real quick, check that you have control over your icons because I'm pretty sure I set that.
I don't.
Cool.
Hold on. No, wait. I'm in pan mode. Oh, let me get into. Okay, yeah, I can.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Drawful.
I was in pan mode.
Yeah, I can move.
Cool. And Jenny, move all your things.
Hang on, let me just.
Okay. There's war paint.
I cannot move the character.
Can I
Oh, right.
move
I just put that on. You should have control of it because of the character, but alright. Let me. Controlled by Jenny. Save. Okay. Now you should be able to.
Let me as soon as Roll20 cooperates.
It can be a bit of a bitch.
Eternally.
Alrighty.
Nice. Alright. Let me move y'all down a little more and also shrink you a little bit. Okay. So engagement. We gotta do a roll. It's doing stealthy. There's also the checklist we gotta do. Let's see. Mission. Where is it? Is the checklist in the basics? Because I could open that up. The reference sheet.
For the mission stuff, I
Yeah,
did
it
not
should.
see it. I didn't see.
General squad
Oh,
upgrades.
engagement roll? Yeah.
Yeah, engagement roll. Okay, so 1 dice for plain old luck. Is the mission bold?
No. I don't
You don't think so?
I would not say
It's not that bold right now.
No.
Okay. Is the mission especially complex?
No.
This is pretty simple, I'd say.
Does it exploit the target's vulnerabilities?
What target?
We don't really have a target.
Yeah, we don't have a.
I mean, you have a prospective target, which is mechs in the forest.
I don't think
That
this
depends
does
on
target it.
whether or not you'd consider coming in from the forested area where we wouldn't be seeing an exploiter of vulnerability.
Well, you could consider it exploiting because they're just folks in the forest, and the forest is hard to see through. Better than walking through the forest and tramping all the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, we'll just give you a die for that. Is the mission's tactic ineffective? I would say it's not necessarily. Does the squad receive external support? Not technically.
I think the Protostel will be doing the opposite of that, in fact.
Yeah, you're the one supporting, sort of. Is anyone interfering? No.
Not
Are there
Clover.
any factors that affect the mission? Take +1 die. What do you think? Any other factors?
The power plant.
Specialized equipment, squad tier, unusual terrain. Also, what about the power plant? It's a place. What about it?
I guess, yeah, it's just a place.
Okay, well, all that sounds like 2 dice.
2 dice.
So can
That's
somebody
not a good
roll?
amount of dice.
Somebody roll 2 dice.
Listen,
I think it's better than
everyone-
last time.
Yeah,
Last time one was 1 dice.
I got it.
You got it.
Okay.
Better be good.
Hey, don't put that pressure on him. It's gonna give him bad rolls.
Better make it
Roll
count.
good. Roll
Better
good.
kill me in
Roll
one
good.
shot.
Jenny, quit it. If this
Roll,
flubs,
roll.
it's because of you.
Are you rolling, Jacob?
Yeah.
Not great.
I'm pretty sure it will kill you in one shot, Jenny.
Jenny,
I told you guys, better make it count. Kill me in
and I
one
told
shot.
you if
Hmm.
with all that negative energy,
This
it's gonna
happens.
affect
Hey,
the
hey,
rolls.
it's fine. It happens. It happens.
It doesn't I don't want it to happen.
It happens. So,
We step on a comically
no,
large
it's very
branch.
simple. It's not like the mission dies. It's just that you start out desperate, in desperate position. So I think the problem is that you have a much harder time getting through the forest than you originally thought. It's a lot more densely wooded, and so by the time y'all move to the first clearing there on the south, nothing's in the clearing. There's signs of people having been there, but nobody is there. But the problem is that somebody noticed you moving through the forest, and you can hear stuff in the north beginning to move with, very mech sounds.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and introduce.
Oh yes, introduce stuff.
You put that on layer,
Oh please.
token layer,
Yes.
Aster.
Yes.
Actually, no, what was I doing? And the reason this is with the way it was different. Give me a sec. I gotta fuck with this.
Okay.
I have a method such that I can copy and paste them instead of having to resize them constantly.
Yeah.
Especially because I have to fuck with their settings every time.
Mm-hmm.
Paste.
The gang steps on a comically large twig.
Now put that on the token layer. Oop. So there you go. There's this. And this one, we'll name it Group South. Escapes. As you hear a bunch of mechs beginning to move up and through the forest towards Point Aster. And we'll go ahead and tick that by 1. Actually, no. I'm not going to tick it. I'm going to just say that it is a thing that is happening.
Okay.
I will also...
Is it another
Let's see,
clock?
where is it?
There
Yes,
is
it's the
so
clock.
much time going on. All these clocks.
There's a lot of time, huh? Time is just
Introducing
happening.
another
Things are
clock.
happening so much.
I love the clock system in
Copy.
Beam Saber.
Bean Saber.
Beam Saber.
Gotta save the groceries.
I love it.
The clock system
glad
that ticks
that-
closer to the expiration date on the beans.
I'm
Never.
I'm just very glad that there was at least one person in the Beam Saber Discord who brought up the Club Penguin Bean game.
This one is a mystery.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Josie.
Ooh.
Who knows what it is?
You know I love
Uh,
that.
So you're starting you're starting desperation. Your starting position is desperate. You've all moved to the clearing. Fade, you are without war paint. What are you going to do about Group South?
Is there a possibility of cutting them off? Kind of get ahead of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
They've only just started moving. You just started hearing them
Oh,
start
shit,
to move.
yeah.
Can I
I
ask
wanna
something
get
actually?
What's that?
So did we hear noise to the north and noise for Group South, or was the noise we were hearing slightly to the north Group South?
Yes, it is. Here, I'll put the Steiner thing here.
Oh, I get to see
Whoop.
the Steiner.
A little too big.
Ooh.
I hope it's not that big.
Okay, here you go. You hear things currently right here beginning to move to the east.
Okay, yeah. I want to get in front of that.
I guess what I mean more was did we know that that was Group South? or is that something else?
I'm just calling them Group South.
Okay, all right, cool. That's all right.
Because they're a group and they're in the south part.
Well, I want to get in there. Let's see. It sounds like hey, I'm gonna use maneuver
To
to get over there and daftly get in front of them, block them,
okay.
get them to stop.
I just want to comment real quick and say that for now, because of the fact that I don't think the engagement at Aster has become big enough that Warpaint being out and about would like not cause like unnecessary attention. Fade's going to temporarily continue riding shotgun and just provide support with whatever she's got on there.
Okay. Limbo has given his word that he would let Zer know before he, transforms the mech.
There will be no Transformers crush.
No. No. PC Death second mission is not gonna happen. I'm gonna give
Yet.
you guys my word. No, I'm giving you my word. I'm not gonna let it happen. Okay, so I spend 2 quirks for maneuver.
Whoa, hold up. What?
Yeah.
No, you do
No,
you do
it's
not spend 2 quirks. What the heck?
That's what's like written down, like 3
For what?
QC and 2 QM.
That's resisting. What are you doing?
Heck, oh, I'm dumb.
Forgot the rules already. No.
Yeah, I forgot the rules already.
Okay,
because-
let me go over pushing yourself real quick. When you push yourself, if you're doing a pilot action, you use 2 stress.
Okay, so 2 stress.
If you are resisting with a pilot action, like something happening to your pilot, you roll however many dice that is under that stat block essentially,
Okay.
and then it is like 6 minus the number on the die. If you're pushing yourself with a vehicle, you use 1 quirk that makes sense, and you detail how that like helps you do it. If you are resisting with a vehicle, you tick however many quirks that it tells you to. So looking at your sheet,
I got 2 in
if you were
maneuver
to
for
be
my
resisting with like, if you were resisting with expertise, if you were in your mech, you would be using 2 quirks. If you were in your car, you'd be using 3.
Okay.
Does anyone want to help out?
I feel like I'm in a good position to help out.
Okay, what are you doing to help?
So this is like him maneuvering the car to not crash into stuff and get through quickly, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I feel like another pair of eyes making sure to not hit trees would help.
Fate's just grabbing onto Limbo's shoulder like, tree,
Pretty much.
Rock.
I mean, like,
shaking him.
Okay, so helping out costs you 1 stress, so go ahead and tick that.
I can live with this.
Does anybody, or actually rather, collateral die?
What's the
What
collateral
would it
die
do?
give me?
How's about, there's a couple I could think of, but one of them I'm thinking of is you take the level 1 harm battered as you go through bushes and like trees and stuff. Smaller trees. Not level 1 harm, level 1 damage, because it's your car taking damage.
Okay, sorry, I'm a little confused on this, so it would be an action roll here?
What?
What does that mean?
For maneuver, I would do, like, the action roll maneuver.
Yes,
for this.
that's what you said you were doing.
Yeah, okay, just making sure, because, like, the mech stuff's kind of confusing for me. To be
Okay, what are you
honest.
confused about? Real quick, let's get this out of the way.
The quirk system versus just rolling the die.
The quirks are for if you push yourself or resist.
Okay, so let me write that down real quick, so then I have that for later. Okay, so quirk are for
But yeah, that's
Okay.
the collateral.
Thank
Do you take it or not?
yeah, I'll take that. So maneuver, it's desperate. Effect
It sure is.
Is it standard effect or limited?
Let me think.
Sure as hell ain't
I think.
great.
I mean, like, you are certainly cutting them off. Like the point is to get you there and get them, like, you in front of them, and your car is pretty good at that.
Okay.
The other thing that could happen is that was it if I remember correctly, helping. If you're helping him out, you could give him better effect. So this could go from standard to great instead of giving him a die.
Yeah, I'm taking that collateral die, so I already have 3 thanks to my
Oh,
two
you're taking that.
maneuver. Yeah, I'm taking that.
Okay.
I am battered. Hell yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
I'm
so you
taking
know, because of that, you everything that happens after this will have less effect for you.
That's fine.
As long as it like makes sense for it to be affecting you.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so I
fine.
think in that case I am gonna instead just make it great effect instead of that extra
Okay.
die. I did not realize that he had 2 points in maneuver.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so that gives me 3 die, baby.
Okay, let me see. Your maneuver is bonkers, right? Because you're in your car still.
Yeah, it's 2.
So that's
Assault.
two plus the collateral plus pushing yourself. That's 4.
Oh, I'll roll another die then.
Plus. Oh, you've already rolled it. Well,
Look,
holy
just-
fuck, that's a crit.
Hold on, I'll just.
Okay.
Hold on, give me one more. Okay.
I don't know what good
I'm not
that would
gonna
do
care about
you.
position or effect real quick.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll just a standard 1 die. Okay, that's a
Gonna
lot,
real
though.
quick go and check out.
Okay.
Let's see. Great effect. What's greater than great effect? It's a dominating effect, right?
Oh shit.
Dominating effect on page 262. If there is a side that has a potency, quality, or scale that is so overwhelmingly powerful that in the opposition, that side dominates the circumstances. If a soldier has a fine machine gun and pushes themselves for extra effect, they still can't damage an asteroid base. The base's scale dominates the confrontation. Jess wants to flatten her foe even harder and says that she's going to push Scarecrow by spinning a quirk. GM reminds her that you can't go above great effect except for a crit, which you did. This doesn't really tell me, let me see. This really doesn't tell me much about what dominating effect actually is, huh?
Well, I guess we get to make that up.
Yeah, I guess. Great effect would usually get you 3 ticks, I think. So this would give you just... I think that you just fill that fucking clock. You do not let them escape.
Shit.
You, like, immediately stop that in its tracks.
Oh shit, yo, that kicks ass, dude.
So go ahead and move yourself, position yourself wherever the fuck you want in relation to the Steiners.
Okay, fuck, just right here in front of him.
Drag Fate along.
I can't do that.
Oh, right.
I'm
I
here
don't have
too.
control.
Gosh, let me just fill up Group South. Choose the side completely full. You see, when you actually get there before they can even get out of the clearing.
Oh hell
like-
yeah, dude.
So let me go ahead and copy paste.
I think Fade was not expecting it to happen that fast and is kind of like a little shaken right now, just like, is this a race car?
Yeah,
Limb's
like
got an adrenaline rush. Hell yes, it is
So,
a
like-
race car.
So, like, for everyone else just sees Limbo, like, tear the fuck up the dirt. I think, like, halfway there you find, like, a good, like, dirt road that you stay on for a while, but then you just, like, ignore the bends in the road and just go straight fucking through. Like, you know, Mario Kart style. Until, like, you, like, leap off a small embankment and, like, like, right in front of these guys and, like, you know, do the usual Akira fucking, like, slide,
Oh fuck yes.
but with a car,
This lends
which
gr-
makes
this
no
lends
sense,
greater-
but it doesn't matter.
This lends
Yeah.
greater credence to the theory that Fade was helping just by fucking holding his shoulder and going, dude, oh my god, oh my god.
Limbo's got a
Fade.
nasty adrenaline rush.
Fade is in the seat. Pac-Man!
So let me get a new clock in here. Let's see.
New clocks, yes.
For actually dealing with these guys.
Okay.
So
Is Group South Escape supposed to be full right now?
yes, they cannot escape anymore. They fucking got stopped.
Okay.
I obliterated that
Token layer.
in a single roll. Hey-ho.
And we'll name this one Deal with Group South.
Oh yes. Yes.
Okay. And in fact, I will tick that one because, like, a dominating effect would have certainly, like, filled up Group South Escapes further than it already was. So I think in doing that, you, like, bump one of them, or, like, you just, like, scare it into, like, falling on its ass.
Yes.
And I think one of its weapons goes flying off of its magnetic holster on the back.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that.
So, boop, boop. Tick by one. There you go. Okay, so your friend has stopped these fuckers in their tracks. What are y'all doing?
I want to come up behind them.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. I'd say, you're still in desperate position, because, like, the problem is that you are so far away from them right now.
Yeah, he did go pretty fast.
Like,
Yeah.
unless you do something to get out of desperate position, you're, like, unfortunately desperately away. If that makes any sense at all.
Right.
Didn't think that one through. I really did.
You can certainly get over there. It would just, like, involve some work. This could also be a setup action for other things. Like, you want to get behind them but not do anything about it. Just, like, get there and distract them a bit, you know?
I have an idea of what I want to do behind them.
Okay. Yeah, what's that?
I still have this tangle gun, which I have accidentally forced upon myself. I think that would be pretty good for hindering them from even moving more.
I think that they're... okay, if you want to. That would certainly help deal with them. So go ahead and move yourself up to where you think you're going to deal with them. If you would. Okay, and so what are you doing?
So there's only 3, right? Or is this just...
You see 3 there, yeah.
This dude, this funky fella, he looks like he's kind of strayed from the group a little bit. I think it'd be pretty good to try and get him caught with the tangle gun.
Okay. What would you call that?
Let's
Sounds pretty
see.
battle.
Yeah, I'd say just kind of battle.
Okay. Are you pushing yourself?
Before I answer this, what's the collateral die gonna do?
The collateral die, I think, would be... I will tick the mystery clock.
I don't like that.
Ooh,
I
do.
really like that, but I don't like that. Okay.
You know me.
And pushing yourself just costs a stress, correct?
No, it costs a quirk.
Right, a quirk. I have things to... Okay.
By the way, I actually didn't catch it. What quirk did you mark as used, Seth? I assume it was like your thrusters or something.
Let me scroll down. I used lightweight materials.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It also makes sense that that's why you got battered.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, because, like, shipping boosters would make sense as well, but, like...
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I want that for later.
So what is up?
So this is starting with... I would have 2 dice or 1 die starting.
Your battle is 1.
Okay.
If you pushed yourself, you would get another dice.
Right.
If someone helped you, they could give you better effect. They could give you another dice. They could make your position better. Or they could help you if you had level 3 harm, but you do not.
Okay, I think I am gonna push myself, and I think... Common parts. The net's easy to get more of.
Okay, so maybe you, like, fire several because you have extras.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really entangle this dude.
Yeah, is anyone helping you?
Hey, can I say that I've helped because of how astonished and, like, freaked out everybody is?
To be fair, he would be just looking at Limbo instead of me, who has come up behind him.
I'd say that the way you'd help is that, like, you're already, like, like, you're living rent-free in their heads, that, like, when they look at Stunner, you, like, rev real hard, and they're like, oh, fuck, he's still going.
He's doing donuts now. What the fuck? I hate
Like
this man.
you just like get real loud, and they're just like, okay, well we can't pay attention to this thing, and then you net.
Okay, I've marked
Okay.
stress.
Okay.
For words.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have only you have only one tick.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, if you have more than one box
You have
for
to
the
add
connection
more.
clock, yeah, you take more stress, but help them with more things.
Okay. And
So, do you want that to be better effect? Because this would be standard effect. Or do you want to give Stunner better position or more dice?
How many dice do you have?
well, first I have 2. I want to ask the group, do you think we should take this mystery clock?
You know the answer is yes for me.
No.
6 is a lot to tick through.
No. No.
The answer is no, I guess. Jacob is adamant, so no.
I don't know. Like, I don't think Adam.
I mean, if you guys want to take it, you can. I'm probably not going to be anywhere near you when it fills up, so.
I mean, it's
You
only
don't know
by
that that's a
one
good
tick.
thing for you, though, either.
Love it.
Make your decision.
Anyway, my vote would be to tick it.
I'll take the collateral die.
Okay,
Alrighty. The first tick of the
So-
mission.
So I've got 3 dice.
Done.
I'm gonna give you better position.
Okay, do remind... Oh, by the way, you should take your XP for doing a desperate action.
Me?
Yeah, you did a desperate action.
Yes, I will put it into the XP to spin for later.
No, it's actually in the track that you used. You used maneuver, so you get it in the... Was it expertise?
Yeah.
Mark expertise.
Oh, yay! Hell yeah,
Yep.
one more tick forward on that.
So I would ask, Michael, do you want it to be position, or do you think like
Want
you
another
need it to be
die?
position so you don't take a desperate consequence?
Another effect, a better effect, maybe.
You should have armor, so you can deal with the consequence at least.
Yeah. I do have armor.
I
what
will
would-
say that a desperate consequence would probably just be degraded to a controlled consequence if you did armor.
Okay. And how drastic would a greater effect be in this?
A great effect would get you 3 ticks on the deal with the group's health.
Ooh.
I do have this stress already, but I do have that armor.
Do note that you wouldn't be using stress to, deal with it. You would be using your quirks.
I think position isn't what I want, Seth.
Okay.
I think
Want that
I
XP?
think
Want
I-
that juicy XP?
I
Fair.
want those better ticks.
Alright, then go for it.
So 3 dice.
That was 1 for collateral, 1 for pushing yourself, and 1 because you have battle. You've changed it to great effect. And yes, that would be 3 dice.
Desperate.
Desperate, great, yes. Desperate, great, 3 die.
Oh, come on, baby. Oh,
Triple
shit,
fives. You got to
fives.
deal with the consequence, but you did it.
All right.
So, I'll tell you what you do before I give you the consequence. You roll up behind them, and they're like pretty well distracted. Actually, you tell me what you do. What am I doing? Like, how does this play out for you?
I think the best course of action would be like you were saying, roll up behind this dude, and get the cannon, the tangle gun cannon, just kind of like in position, ready. And I think she kind of flips like a little lock switch that's on her controls, because initially it would just be like a single, like just fire one at a time, and I think this switch kind of turns that off to where it'll just like she starts firing and it's just like tum 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 tum. He just fires a few nets at this dude, like way too many for his own good.
Okay, I feel like that would like it doesn't wreck him, but it like very thoroughly like connects him to a tree.
Yeah, just
You know,
very pinning him.
You basically Spider-Man him. I think there's like a icon I can give him that's like webbed. Yeah, here we go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, can you see that?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that guy's webbed. So do you have an idea of what the consequence like is?
Maybe he's now out of webs because he miscounted.
That's not. This is a desperate consequence.
Okay.
Let's look at your quirks and figure out from there. Maybe because I think like as taken as they are with Stuntman, the fact that yours is like both unassuming and a military workhorse, they like kind of get the idea that you might be the, especially because you took one of them out, that you're the bigger threat here. And I think they focus fire on you. They grab their big needle guns from their back, and they fire these armor-piercing like needles at you. You can resist this if you'd like. You can use your armor to make this worse, but you would get the level 3 harm Swiss cheese. We're going with cheese today, folks.
Okay, well,
Cheese saver.
could I use both armor and the fact that I have shields?
No, you can only use one. And the shields, like, it's just a shield. You'd have to use the shield in some way. You can, like, put that into how you, like, deal with it, though. You know, like, you're using your armor and your shields narratively, but one of them would get expended. So are you using your armor for that?
Yes.
Okay, mark your armor. And tell me how you mitigate this. Like, how does Stunner not get, like, completely pierced? For more information, I think this it's degraded to a level 1 harm. And we'll say that one is... what do you think? What kind of level 1 harm would happen from needle guns and getting
Sweet
what?
It's like half Swiss and half of cheese, so just sweet.
No. No. How about...
Puncture?
Punctured works. Like, it got a little bit in, but it didn't go through. You just have a lot of small holes on your mech now.
Yeah.
Yeah, punctured works, I think. So from now on, if something would make sense to be like... If you do something and it would make sense, the punctured effect will make you have less effect on what you do.
Okay.
Like, only if it made sense, though. Like, you could do other things that don't involve, like, you know, pieces of your mech that are fucked up, and that would just be fine.
Okay, and
but yeah,
how do I get
deal
out
with
of this?
How do I get out of this one? You're using your armor, so you can take that in consideration.
I think... Cause... I'm thinking that it hits... It is armor penetrating, but the armor is thick enough to where it, like, stops it. I'm thinking, like... Again, the armor's, like,
the way that your armor worked last mission, the way your armor worked was that it, like, sloughed off. So maybe that's how it worked. Like, it got hit, and instead of, like, sticking to you, it just, like, fell off.
Yeah. So like, they kind of shoot in, and it looks like, oh, yeah, we got them. There's a bunch of needles in them. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then they just kind of, like... just kind of slide off.
It's the anime scene where, like, they shoot a shitload of stuff, and there's, like, a smoke cloud, and they see, like, your silhouette, and it's got, like, a bunch of needles out of it, and they're like, yes! And then, like, all the needles fall off along with your armor, and they're just like, oh, fuck! How did that not work?
You see, what this is you just made me stronger. If you've ever played hit video
now you're
game...
faster.
Yeah, if you've ever played hit video game Zelda, Legend of Zelda...
Yeah, you're
ever
the Darknet.
I was... Okay, I'm glad you saw exactly where I was going with this. You just finished what I was thinking.
We watched the video 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, we
1 day ago.
did. I didn't realize you were paying attention.
Okay, we can't talk about Zelda too much. But yeah, That was very good. Mark a XP in your expertise, because of your desperate action. Now we will move on. Actually, hold up. I gotta mark that you got 3 whole ticks in dealing with Group South.
Yes.
Question, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't have to mark any of my other quirks, correct?
No, that's only if you
Okay.
if you resisted the consequence.
Okay.
Instead, you used armor. So let's see. Who wants to do stuff to deal with this next? I'll say that they have their guns out now, so it's like the battle is really on. One of them is certainly down, but they because of their friends, they might not stay down forever.
Are the guns allowed? Should we alert 5?
5 is already in the middle of the battle. You hear retorts from her huge fucking cannon, blasting in there. You didn't radio in, so it's a bit of a problem, that you started already.
Yeah,
But
we were supposed to do that, weren't we?
and because of that, let me go ahead and copy, paste.
5 mad at us, Clark.
Fucking layer. No, not the mad at you block. We'll call this
Disobedience?
Battle of Rubea, and we will start it
Ooh.
at 4 ticks. This is a 4-tick clock. If this represents the tide of the battle in Aster, if it reaches full, then the Protostel will have won. If it reaches 0, then the Green-Eyed Fiends will have won.
Well, we better
And
get
because
this
you
over
didn't tell them about when you were starting, they didn't get the jump on them, and so it will start at 3.
I thought we wanted it to be lower.
with. No.
You want it to be higher.
Okay.
Protostel Amarylis is the people you're working for.
Really
Okay.
appreciate you just engaging on us there, Stunner.
There's a limbo storm.
Yeah, Limbo's
We were
through it.
we are just driving. Like, what? You think a car is gonna set off the alarms? Don't answer that question.
I mean, okay. Jenny, I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay, you're in the battlefield, right? And you're driving your military jeep, right? And then some dude just runs out in front of the road and jumps in front of your car. You're gonna be freaked the fuck out, and you're gonna be like, oh fuck,
He's also revving his engine and hooting and
menacingly.
Listen, you guys don't need to all throw your everything at me. Like,
Right.
I feel like I'm
Like-
at the fucking stocks and you're all throwing tomatoes at this point.
But anyway, who's doing what now? The battle has started in earnest.
Jacob hasn't gotten a turn, has he? To speak.
Yeah, I'm around. I'm not joining. I don't think I really want to join the fight at the moment.
Oh,
Because
you
these
want?
guys have got actually pretty handled out, honestly, I think.
Do you want to hang back? Is that it?
No,
Oh,
I
you're
can't. My plan. I kind of want to hand a signal and then start sneaking my way over to point C.
Okay, you can certainly do that.
Unless that's not a good idea. I don't know.
It is.
How?
It can be.
Okay, act now, plan later. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to C.
Okay.
I flash a little note on the intercom. It's hey, you guys okay over there? You kind of just blast off without me. I'm gonna go over to this power plant thing.
Oh,
You do have your comms, you can radio into your friends.
Yeah, all you hear over the intercoms is a Limbo hooting and hollering by the bar.
Yeah,
That's the only
they aren't
response you
listening to
get.
me. They aren't listening to me, so I just okay.
All right.
Yeah, I
do you
wanna
want to
go
make
to
that an action?
You tune into Stunner's comms. All you hear is the pitter patter of metal on metal.
Because
Yeah.
this could certainly be a maneuver, but if you were trying to maybe scan your surroundings, that could be scan.
I kind of want to get to a vantage point where I can see what's up with the power plant. I don't know how close I have to get to it for it to count as investigation.
I think from your position, you can't if you're looking at it, it's diagonal to you, so you can't see. I'll ping the spot where the sort of entrance is that you can see. If you were to get around here-ish, you would certainly be able to see in and maybe get an assessment of if they had any military forces or something.
I think I would like to reach that vantage point if I can through all
Okay.
of the trees.
I'd say if you want to be particularly stealthy, I'd ask you to declare fine optical camo. It's in your gear, your specialist gear. It is a coating or cloak that covers the vehicle, allowing it to almost seamlessly blend with its environment.
Is that so? Does that count as a? How much does that count for my load? Is that like a light?
It is. If you can see there, it's 1. You're light, so you can only have 3, but you only have 1 right now. Fine optical camo would be another one. If you wanted to go quick, I'd ask that you have your light mobility suite, so you could George of the Jungle it.
Maybe like pull myself along while I do it.
You certainly could.
The
idea is do you want to be stealthy or do you want to be quick?
Probably more so stealthy, I guess. It's just I don't not super enthusiastic about claiming another load.
I mean, that's what it's there for. We might as well.
Yeah,
I know, but eventually I'm gonna run out when I really need something. Is the problem? I'm worried.
That's why you can switch it out during downtime.
I guess so. But yeah, maybe okay, then I will check that off, I guess.
Okay. In that case, it sounds like you're doing a maneuver, or actually, hold up. You kind of just go ahead and do stealthy because that's what the optical camo does. So you want a vantage point. You can get to the vantage point. I think that sounds like a scan. What do you think? You can roll scan and that'll determine whether how it goes.
Give me a second. I'm just looking up stuff.
Let me move you up.
It's hard to navigate. It's kind of hard to navigate this sheet sometimes.
A little bit. Where are you looking?
Oh, okay. There's my vehicle stuff. Okay. Yeah, I can do a scan.
Okay. Scan is using your vehicle's internals to be able to look around and stuff.
Yeah.
You are in a. No, I think you've moved out of a desperate position. I think right now you're in a controlled position. So if you were doing scan, are you pushing yourself?
I can take another stress.
This isn't stress. This is quirks. Unless you wanted to do survey, which would be a pilot action, which would be stress.
No, then would I want to use?
It depends because you're looking out over a distance of kilometers, which is hard for people. If you were trying to use your
precision sensors is already checked from last time, which is
an
issue.
That's unfortunate.
The only idea would be unexpected appearance means no one would investigate if they see a giant tire rolling through, but that's it.
It's entertainment for the old folk.
Remember, part of it is getting there without people seeing you.
So yeah.
So that part of it could certainly help with.
It's entertainment for the old folk.
I think I'll feel safe with 2 quirks to sacrifice. So can I check that and push myself?
Yeah, you could. Are you going to accept a collateral die?
What's the collateral?
The collateral die is I will tick the mystery clock again.
I don't know about taking this one. I don't think we should take it fast.
I'm not taking this. Not taking this one. You guys are probably going to be taking it a lot.
Okay. Does anyone have any idea of how to help him, or if you would?
I don't think there's much I can do.
There's so much chaos going on around us that there's no time to process Truffle.
Okay.
I'm still hooping and hollering, causing a scene.
Okay, then that is 2 dice.
Right,
controlled standard.
Stress. Yes.
Okay, scan.
Go for it, my man.
Hold.
Limbo's gonna get scarred this mission, isn't he?
Oh boy. Yo,
fucking Yo! Okay, well the crit gets you 3 ticks on a new clock that I will put down in a moment. Yeah, it'll be 6 step.
I'm loving these rolls. Sidekick Bot would never give this to us.
You started off bad, but then it was oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Sidekick Bot.
Let me make it up to you.
Don't fucking jinx it.
Let me change this one's name.
Yeah,
this will be we'll call this are you infiltrating Point Clover?
It depends on how close I have to get into it to qualify for the objective.
The
If I'm gonna have to go in there, if I'm gonna have to directly walk in there, then it's infiltrating.
Yeah, you'd have to get in there for them to be like satisfied with you having like investigated.
Okay then, yeah, infiltrate.
Okay, so infiltrate, point, Clover. Oh, whoops, that's controlled by. Controlled by. Okay. Save you. Move the mystery a little over. And you get 3 ticks in this one. Good job. Halfway there. You're halfway there to doing that.
Good job.
Yeah, and so you see pretty clearly in there, there's a large number of trucks. There are a couple of other like mech vehicles, but the mech vehicles seem to only be dedicated to like, they're like heavy duty cargo like mechs. The one like they're Ripley's, they lift boxes, and they right now they are lifting boxes and putting them on trucks. The trucks are all like pretty heavily covered in tarps, so you can't see in particular what they're moving. You get a little bit of a glimpse further in of other vehicles that are completely covered in tarps, but they're moving.
That's an OSHA violation.
Yeah, big OSHA violation.
And not a single person's seen me on this way. I just sort of like tumbled past the massive battle.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you get. God damn, the crits. The crits!
And I guess nobody knows Truffle is doing this because like they can't listen.
No, you do it perfectly. Like, you get there, nobody sees you, nobody knows a goddamn thing about you.
I meant the team probably doesn't know because they're all yelling.
No, it's just because Limbo himself is yelling, making it hard to pay attention to you.
He's just so good at this that even his own teammates don't know what he's doing.
You know what I totally forgot to do? I forgot to ask y'all your pilot load at the beginning.
Oh.
I was wondering about
that. So before we go further, what's that?
I was wondering about when to declare that, actually.
I'm sorry, I'm a big dummy.
Because I'm sitting here like...
I thought we declared that during the mission.
Yeah, I thought it was on the spot.
No, that's for the individual items.
You debut items in the mission. You declare how much load your pilot has at the beginning. Yeah. So real quick, please get through with that. I'm dumb.
I just have 3. I have 3 because I'm
stealth boy.
I'm stealth. It says 3 light.
Okay.
Medium.
5 medium.
5 medium.
Yeah, 5 medium.
Always
fun.
Fade is the most important one because Fade is out of Zer vehicle right now.
Yeah, like I've been waiting. Like I've been like, hang on, when do I declare load? Because like I ain't got my robot. It's just me.
3.
Yeah. What is your load?
Definitely 5 medium.
Okay.
Holy shit! You can lift a lot.
Surprised you're not going heavy.
Well, you see, the reason I'm not going heavy is because of the fact that I'm about to jump out of Limbo's car and start to sneak around.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Limbo's about to be like, you gotta get out, I'm about to wreck some shit.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were going to do in this situation, so what are you doing?
I'm asking politely for Fate. Hey, Fate, I'm fixing to transform this thing. I'm revved up, ready to go.
Hey, Fate, I'm about to push the make this a giant robot button, and if you're still in that seat, by the time I press this button, you're gonna look like cat food in about 5 seconds.
Fade like, okay, Mr. Limbo, I'm about to head out.
I love how it sounds like you're eating right now, or have something in your mouth, so it sounds like Limbo's also eating like a sandwich while doing all this.
I mean, did he stop at the hot dog stand?
Yeah, no, I was about to say he found the hot dog stand.
Yes, he absolutely did.
Fucking like Sweet Boy and Hella Jeff, I have found the hot dog stand. I have taken the keys.
He's gotten himself 4 hot dogs and offered Fade 1.
He's fucking...
Limbo just like, I have the car. It was a distraction.
He's fucking spitting relish on Fade as he's telling Zer to get out.
He's not that gross.
Okay, but regardless, what is Fade doing?
Yeah, is Fade actually heeding his word, or are we gonna get the Transformers mask?
Okay, so what I wanted to ask first is that I wasn't super sure, how big are these dudes?
They're medium. As far as like mechs go, they're human, like they're humanoids, so they're taller than most other like quadrupedal mechs that the Interium has. They're a good 40 feet, so they like even in the car form, they're kind of towering over you.
Okay, so there's not a
They're
ton I
big.
can do?
I mean, you can get back in the vehicle. It'll be cramped, but
No, there's plenty you can do. You can like declare a heavy weapon for anti-vehicle. You could sneak over to the downed mech and maybe take him hostage, or like maybe steal his mech. You could.
You're giving me too many good ideas, Josie.
You know, you could pull a Stunner Moreau, get hunted for the rest of your life.
You could declare. Where is it? There's like
I think I actually know
remote
what I
vehicle
would like to do
control
for now.
and like call your mech.
I will admit that I'm gonna steal one of the ideas you just gave me because it was something I didn't even think of.
Yeah, what's that?
Which is that I am absolutely gonna try to sneak over to that down mech and take a hostage of sorts. Maybe take the mech, maybe take the man. Who knows?
Maybe take his
Okay.
money.
We'll see what happens when we get
Okay,
there.
if you're trying to get through without being seen particularly, that sounds like a well, hunter prowl. What do you think? I think prowl is more about the dexterity of it. Yeah, the grace and precision. The hunt is more like the getting in there and like doing dastardly shit. That's well, hold up. No, hunt is more tracking at over great distance. Yeah, this sounds like a prowl.
It's probably a prowl, yeah.
Okay.
And
are
firstly,
you?
I am absolutely going to push myself. And part of the reason that I'm
Okay.
going to push myself is so that I can use my special ability in broadcast. When you push yourself, in
Ooh.
addition to the normal benefits, you can do one of the following. Use your mind to instill a powerful, undirected emotion in others, or paralyze a person with your mind or voice.
Ooh, I like that. Even better is that this is the actual point where you debut that you can do that.
It
Like
sure
nobody knows
is.
you can do this.
Oh man, I hope
Like
someone
it, like
notices.
for essentially the quote unquote audience, this is the first they're hearing of it.
Delightful.
Right. That certainly gets you better effect. Like off the bat, broadcast immediately. Let's
So
see.
yeah, I'm gonna take that 2 stress and push myself. Would anyone like to help me be sneakier?
you know I would. You know I would.
I could.
Limbo, you're going to get a scar by the end of this mission, aren't you?
Yeah,
I've got 4 more.
Okay, I'm helping.
Limbo,
I'm just shutting
tears
stuff
streaming
down.
his face. I can hold more stress. I'll be fine.
Limbo's on an adrenaline rush is my excuse.
Oh god, yeah, he probably doesn't even realize.
Yeah, I'm helping. Sorry, Seth. I'm shutting you down.
I do think that, like, at the very
Okay.
least, we should let Seth consider his piece as to whether or not he actually wants to consider this adrenaline rush worth risking this scar as a character thing.
You know I do. Go for it though. You haven't helped.
Like, I... Damn, jeez!
That was supposed to be. I'm sorry.
By the way, what are you talking about, Stunner? Stunner has 2 stress. Like this isn't like this isn't scar territory.
I was referring to Limbo.
Oh, okay,
Limbo's got
Limbo.
6 stress,
Okay, golly.
Yeah, that's why do you think I'm trying to shut him down?
and I keep going.
Anyhow,
It would be
how are
1
you
stress, so it wouldn't be too bad.
How are you gonna help then? Because if you don't come up with a good explanation, it's just gonna be Limbo hooting and hollering again.
Yeah, I think there's only so much hooting and hollering you can do, bud.
But he can also transform and start revving up some more and start
Oh, yeah.
punching his fists together.
I guess that's a distraction when I'm trying to be sneaky.
Okay, let's hold up. Let's back down. Stunner, what would you like to do to help?
I think that by being their target already and have gotten their attention, like, oh fuck, that's a bigger threat, them panicking to get their awareness of like, oh, turn to them, get over to them. I think that would be a good enough distraction to keep them off of Fade.
Okay. Fade, will you accept that?
I accept.
Okay. I was wondering if you want to declare some pilot gear to make this a bit better. Like if you want to declare a weapon or something else like that.
I am in fact going to declare a pistol. My original intent was to get close enough to the other pilot to declare it by pulling it out on him, but I'll declare
Okay.
it now as well.
Okay. Sorry to ruin the surprise.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, gosh. Okay. Would you accept a collateral die?
Is the collateral die taking the mystery clock again?
Yes.
I don't
Sorry.
trust the dice tonight, so I will take it.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Clock
go
can
ahead.
only activate as soon as it's filled, right? It can't, and
Yes.
it can't like sneak up anytime before that.
That's correct.
Nope. But the fun thing about clocks is that I can tick them if I want to,
Yeah.
Okay.
if I think it makes sense. Regardless. So you've taken, let's see.
I just take the 2 stress.
Let's see, your prowl, right?
My prowl is
Actually,
otherwise
hold up.
0. That's why I was like scoping around for more ways to get dice.
Oh, right. Okay, so that would be, let's see. You're being helped. Is your help only giving you dice? Is it giving you better effect?
I want
Actually,
the dice.
no, this is great effect regardless, I think. This is just strong shit. It would be desperate position.
Okay, so I could help with the position at least. Would you rather a die
I
or
want the
position?
dice.
Okay, dice
Yep,
it
okay.
is.
Dice makes a lot of sense. So, pushing yourself, so you get yourself 2 stress. You will have 3 die. 3 die desperate great. A lot of those going around, huh? Ooh, you did it! Good job.
Nice.
That's a whole 6. You just do it. Okay,
Do I mark for a desperate position, or is that for something else?
no, you mark XP for that. So you
Okay,
mark,
good.
you did a prowl, so mark prowess. So give me the scene. Tell me what you do. Like, I imagine that you're like having to dodge like these massive needles, like falling from the fucking sky. You know, spent cartridges and stuff. You are a small person next to big mech.
Yeah, essentially, like, these needles at this scale are probably about the size of me, so I'm probably just ducking and weaving back and forth.
Right.
Mostly eyes on the sky, occasionally darting over to the other 2 to make sure that I haven't been noticed. And I kind of just see that down mech, and I see it struggling, and the struggle is enough for me to notice approximately where the cockpit is. So as I'm sneaking up closer and closer, I pull out my pistol, and I've got it in my hands. And I sort of kind of make some sort of weird, swift anime move to get from the ground as close to the cockpit as I can.
You probably like, scramble up the net, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And then I'm assuming that because of the fact that he is trying so hard to break free of this net, he doesn't necessarily notice someone coming up right next to him.
Right. I think like the struggle ends, but just before you get to the cockpit, and the cockpit pops open as like he like gives up, getting out with the mech.
And as the cockpit opens, he looks up, and he sees Fade, and Fade immediately points the gun directly at this man's head, and just goes, "One wrong move, and I do it."
Holy fuck.
What does it look like when you broadcast? Like, are you doing anything in particular, or is it just something that happens like regardless of like any sort of, direction for you?
In this particular circumstance, because of the fact that it's projected directly at this one person, and I'm right here, right in front of him, I like to imagine that it's more that he hears my voice as if it were inside his own head as well, and he immediately realizes just how tangible this threat is, and just how much my finger is on the fucking trigger. And he just decides to not move until he knows exactly what will convince me to not shoot him.
Okay, I like it all. At the very least, I will say this fills up deal with Group South. Because the others, do you like leverage this immediately? Like you like yell or like shout through a radio like, I've got a hostage or something, or do they have to notice you like having their buddy?
I like to imagine that, like, it's more that they notice that I have the buddy, because it wasn't necessarily my goal to do this just to deal with these ones. I was kind of intending to try to get information out of this man rather than just hold him hostage to get rid of this particular cluster.
Understandable, but I think this, like, regardless, it deals with Group South because, like, they aren't like fight to the death kind of shit, Like they're not in it to win it. They're here to like be in this area and like not die.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think that like was part of the reason why like the guy just as well as the psychic shit, but just immediately giving up, But the guy, I think like he's paralyzed, so he can't move. Like, is there like a point where he can?
I'd like to imagine that like it's literal paralysis for about 10, 15, 20 seconds, and then like he gets his body back, but like he ain't moving for a little bit now just because of the fact that he went from oh shit, there's a fucking net on me to somebody has a gun pointed at my head and they just psychically projected into my head.
Right. Yeah, I think eventually he like puts his hands up and he's like speaks into like a like throat radio, and the others like they like stop pointing their weapons, they drop them, and they raise their mech's hands. And I think one of them speaks over the loudspeaker. Okay, you got us. Just don't do anything anyone here will regret. And then I think they pop their own cockpits open. Their mechs just kind of like staying in position, and they like slowly begin to exit.
Can I take this man's microphone, or is it like embedded to him?
It's not embedded. It's like a throat. What's it? A throat mic transceiver. You could just take his like. You could essentially take his like headset, basically.
I think I'm gonna steal his headset for a bit.
You do notice about the man in the cockpit you got with him. He looks fucking terrified. He's got like kind of like a kind of a buzz cut, and instead of any sort of like pilot gear, he looks very much like your kind of not Sunday best, but like Sunday quote unquote best, the sort of shit that people would wear if it's like the weekend. Like, he's not geared up to fight. He looks like a dude who's going to go like boating. He looks like your grandpa when you're like 10.
Foxy grandpa.
God.
Got it.
He's not nearly so like Silver Fox, but yeah, sure.
Obliterate that comment from the recording.
But yeah, they step out of their mechs, hands like held in the air. They are at your mercy at the moment.
Alright, so I've got this guy's headset in now. I'm gonna slowly, ever so slightly, pull the gun away from this man's head and step back, but my eyes are still glued to him because I don't trust it for a second. And
Right.
I'm just gonna, like, say into the microphone, would you guys care to explain why you escalated to lethal force on my friend for using some nets?
Sorry.
Like, I'll be the first to admit that we didn't exactly make a subtle approach, but y'all really wanted to make some damage happen. And I'd like to know why, because we're just trying to figure out why you're heading this direction.
I think one of them like speaks. I'll cop to the fact that I really jumped the gun there. We, you have these things for so long, you want to use them. Sorry. We're just we're just a couple of old boys from the town. We, it's not like it's just a side gig. Some guys came up with us and said, like, hey, camp out with your mechs out in the forest and, keep things under wraps. And we say, oh, yeah, sure, they got money. It's kind of... we don't exactly get support out here in the sticks. I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Fade just kind of sighs and nods, because he understands that there's not exactly a lot of easy ways to make money in these situations a lot of the time.
Yeah, now that you get a good look at them, they all look like easily into their 50s. One in particular is like a good 65 years old or so, and
Christ.
certainly looks it. But you don't have very long, because you hear the sound of trees crunching further to the north, as another group begins to move.
Shit.
And I will go ahead and
damn
copy
it.
paste their approximate location. They are about right here.
Oh hell.
Could you make
So
them
you
a
have to
different
decide.
color?
What's that?
Can you make them a different color?
No,
Oh.
sorry. That would involve me having to go through like making another icon.
Oh, I thought there was a thing on the
No, these are
icon.
icons I made myself with the
Damn.
the gameicons.net. Very
Cool.
very helpful, very useful.
Tell me more.
No. But yeah, you have to figure out how to deal with these guys and their mechs. Go over and deal with that, and on top of that, tick-tock. Question mark gets another tick.
Yes.
Hey, question. Since
Sheesh.
question mark got another tick, did anything happen at sea in particular that Truffle can see?
No. I'll just say
Scary.
that outright. Truffle, Yo-Yo, we should probably start using like call signs a little more now that we have them. Yo-Yo does not see anything in particular. Just the things
Can you
that
like hear any of them like talking from over here?
Yeah, I mean, like you have a radio. You hear like they've essentially like subjugated, or not subjugated. They've neutralized like the group they were dealing with.
I actually want to inquire about something. Do the old men react to the fact that there's more noise to the north? And in what way do they react if they do? Like, do they sound like they know what it is, or do they sound like startled by the fact that there's something going on over there?
They don't look surprised, and they're kind of like looking away. I think one of them in particular says like, "Oof." They're about to say something, but they clam up. You know. If you want to get information out of them, you could certainly do an action roll. It sounds like a command. Sounds very in character for a Fade right now.
Yeah, I do have the gun, don't I?
You do have the gun.
I think I'm gonna do a command here.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm trying to think whether I'm gonna just straight up ask them what's going on over there that they seem to know, or whether or not I want to ask them who is paying them. Because those are two things I want to know the answer to.
We could roll that into one.
We could?
Yeah.
Alright. Either way, yeah, either way, I think I am just asking both these questions angrily. As much as I hate to scare this one single man more, the gun is gonna get pointed at him. Not at the head this time. I'm not gonna murder this man over these questions, but, I'm gonna point out that I could cause this man some harm when I ask these questions.
Okay. Are you pushing yourself?
Not for this one, I think.
Okay. Collateral die. Is anyone helping?
I refuse to risk taking that past the halfway point. That's gonna have to either be someone else or it's gonna happen on its own.
Okay.
Wimbo could probably help.
Limbo could help.
He does have the car.
He does have the car. I spaced out. I'll be honest, I spaced out a little bit.
Understandable. Nothing wrong with that.
What are you doing, Jenny? I'm so sorry.
I am trying to intimidate these old men to give me some information with a command roll.
Oh yeah, Limbo can yell out of his window, be like, listen to her. Hey, you better listen to her. Hey.
He continues revving.
Ram, ram, ram.
Yeah, he does that in between his, hey, you better do what she says.
Okay, no, hang on. I like to imagine that he was planning to do like the hey and the rum rum and like you better do what she says. Except like he doesn't like the actions don't translate, so he just kind of goes hey rum rum rum, hey rum rum rum, hey rum 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 rum, and just like kind of sticks like that for a minute.
Yeah, go for it. I'm helping.
I'll take the help.
I'm helping but yelling.
Okay. Just so you know, this would be, I think, controlled standard. So are you helping with position? Well, not position. Are you helping with like effect, or are you giving more dice?
It sounds like Jenny wants more die.
Yeah, here's the thing. I got a good luck last time, but I still don't trust the dice.
It sounds like she wants more die.
Okay.
I will give her that extra die.
So that I believe is at 2, because I didn't take the collateral or push, but I have 1 command and 1 help.
Please don't expend any more stress, Seth.
I can't guarantee anything.
Not great. Let's see.
Oops, there goes the gun. Just kidding. Please don't kill this old man. Oh no.
What kind of stuff?
They're old and deaf.
I mean, like, this doesn't necessarily mean that the actual question asking fails, so much as it's really not going to be good information.
It could also be that something unintended goes on.
It says you either seize a risky opportunity or withdraw if it's controlled.
Yeah, if it's controlled, I think like you could back off, like that they just clam up, and you can just be like, okay, fuck it. What do you think?
Yeah, they hear Limbo being stupidly loud, like, oh my god, fuck this dude, I hate him. I'm not saying shit.
I think that this very much is a situation where these old men have called Fade's bluff, and Fade will not shoot this guy over just a couple questions. So Z just kind of like pulls the gun away, gives a real long depressed sigh, and just like says into their comms now, just listen, I understand why you took this job, and I'm not mad at you guys. Please just go home. There's too much to get tied up in right now.
Which is, hey,
Is that how you're planning on dealing with them in the mech? Is just like go home?
At this point, yeah, like getting more information out of them was my goal, and that has failed. So I'm just gonna deal with Group South by just I've figured out by now that they're kind of not willing to do much more than be old dudes in mechs, and I'm just gonna tell them to go home.
Jenny, you can
Go home and be a family
you
man.
can
Go
ask
home and be
Limbo
a family
to punch
man.
somebody. Limbo would punch somebody for you.
Stuntman, please do not punch someone.
That is a decidedly risky way to deal with former combatants,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
which is to just let them go.
We could have an escort.
Which one do you want to escort?
Here's the thing, like, y'all, I get that sounds like a risky way to deal with it, but like,
It's
I
how
don't-
Fade would.
I think that these are just middle-aged dudes fucking trying to get a couple coins, and like, I don't know necessarily what their goal was. They were just told to hang out in these woods in their mechs, and like, they hung out in these woods with their mechs.
Honestly, I don't think it's even a bunch of middle-aged dudes just like trying to get some coin. I think it's just a bunch of middle-aged dudes who are past their prime trying to act like they're not. Like they
Either
did
way,
this for the kind of thrill.
Either way, I very much just I don't know why, for some reason I have this weird falsely placed trust, and I think that I can just tell them to go home at this point. At the very least, I can definitely tell the one that just nearly got a bullet in his head to go home.
If I may suggest, you could at the very least deal with their mechs. You could declare remote vehicle control, and essentially essentially tell the mechs to like just walk south, without their pilots.
I think if I declare remote vehicle control, it's going to be something that's specifically tied to Warpaint more than other people's vehicles.
Limbo wants to keep one of them. Just
You could. I mean, you could just.
keep them.
Here's
By and
the
large,
thing.
they're undamaged, so.
All right,
Pick
so
this up.
here's
You're
the deal.
robbing them.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
That was stupid fucking Wojak meme. Yes.
Okay, alright. So, Fade is just going to tell them to go home and fucking walk away. If you guys want to do something else, then feel free. This is no longer a Zer fight.
I mean, like, do you want them to walk away? You could tell them to walk away, but like they'd walk on foot. You could also tell them to go with their mechs, but that'd be a little weird. You could leave their mechs here and I guess like pick them up or something. I just want to know like what you're doing to like make sure that they're not going to be combatants, because otherwise that seems like a very risky thing to do that I don't think most of the rest of your group is willing to do. Unless you are, in which case tell me and I'll take that into consideration.
I'm honestly in the same boat with Jenny of like I feel like these are the kinds of people who are like they know. I mean, despite being old and probably stubborn, they probably know when they've lost.
Yeah.
They probably. I think it'd be kind of a good idea to remind them that their families are probably going to notice that their mechs are scruffed up if they keep going out like this, and that they're going to be in trouble probably.
Moreover, like, it escalated to one of them potentially getting killed in such a way that I really think that all of them are no longer in the let's go be mech vigilante mood anymore. Because, like, one single person got a normal human-sized gun pointed at him, and the other two didn't even think to fight back. They just got out of their mechs and gave up. And, like, believe you me, Limbo, if you have objections, like, you can suggest other ways to do this. I'm not, like, super opposed to just telling them to walk home. It's just that, like,
okay.
I don't... Like, I can understand why it sounds risky. I just think for these particular people, unless they're really fucking good actors, in which case I'm just going to have to shoot one of them in the head.
I think when you do that, you probably like press the pistol against the guy's head again. He's just like, eh.
It's just
Wait, this conversation is happening.
Shadowcon.
Yeah, this is happening now.
No.
We made it canon. We are discussing this.
Oh god.
It's a group,
but
we're
at the
just
very least,
calling
it sounds
them
like
fucking old
most
and
of y'all want to
senile.
just hey, listen. Hey. It sounds like you just want to like let him go, which is entirely fine. I just want to make sure that that is the thing that you as a group are doing.
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like they hesitate 100% like when they get in their mechs and like start them up, but I do think that they walk off to the west towards Rubea.
Fade
So
makes a
how are you
mental note
planning
of every
to?
single serial number, and if he sees any of them pop up again, their pilot is dead.
Understandable.
Just taking a picture of their tags.
Z's gonna tell Limbo, yo, kill this motherfucker. They're the people who attacked us last time. And Limbo will be like, oh, fuck yes. No, he wouldn't.
I'm glad that one still has the nets on his mech.
Of course. So Group North is already in the process of heading towards Aster.
Well, time to rev up my engines. Call Fade over.
Road trip!
Road trip!
Okay. Who wants to be the first to do anything? Like, do we want to get like Truffle into Clover? Do we want to get everyone moving towards Group North?
I want to say Truffle, because we've been with a lot of the action here recently, so give him a chance.
Okay. So what are you doing to further infiltrate Point Clover?
Alright, first pop me out of the mech, because I think I'm gonna need to get closer.
Okay.
I don't think like I can really like get close with the vehicle without it being like, what's that big wheel? Oh god, he's so huge.
The dream.
Just give you
Seth.
control.
Seth,
I'm cutting that out of the recording.
I like to imagine whenever you fucking you cut something out, like that screen is just replaced by like an image saying like footage confiscated by whatever the fucking like fake police are in Anodyne.
You know I'm not gonna cut it out, right?
I know, but it's funny to imagine that you did.
Too much work.
Anyway, so what are you doing, Yo-Yo?
So I want to see if can I see from here if there's any like notable security between me and getting close up to the power plant?
I'd say that other than like some folks that are usually just like there's like folks standing around, they're not dressed like security, but they are potentially eyes, you know.
Ideally, I would like to get in there and sneak under a tote for a truck, and then if I really had the chance, sneak under a taupe for one of the mechs. But those are moving, so I'd probably be seen.
Hmm.
I'd like to see like what cargo is there, or just like what they're even developing there.
Well, only one way to find out.
So I guess
But
let's
regardless, this sounds like you're doing a prowl.
Yeah, prowl.
Prowl, which is moving with grace and precision. Yeah, that sounds like prowl.
See, I would like to prowl into there. Pretty, like, hopefully without attracting any attention, and like slip in if I get a chance. Otherwise, just like get into like behind something so I can see what's going on.
Okay. Are you pushing yourself?
I have only 2 stress right now, so and if I want to cure my stress next session, I'm gonna need to. I'd want to not risk over curing, so yeah, I will push.
Okay. Is anyone helping you? They're kind of far away. I can't imagine they necessarily are.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah.
Will you accept a collateral die?
Is it the clock? Is it the question mark?
No. If it's, let's see. I will tick the Battle of Rubea against you. So their position will become worse.
Don't do
Sorry
that.
for me. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Sorry for like the sudden me stopping. I accidentally bumped my arm against a hot light bulb.
I didn't hear anything, so don't worry.
Yeah, because I had push to talk on, but still, I was like quiet for a second.
Why'd you? Okay. Okay, so no
Just want to
collateral.
make sure people know I'm okay. So I don't want to take that. No.
Okay, but you're pushing yourself.
Yeah, and I have 2 points in prowl, so that's 2 dice.
That is 3 dice because you're pushing yourself.
Yeah, 3 dice. 2 dice from the prowl and one.
I'd say this is. Let me think. Risky. Yeah, risky standard. It sounds. Would you like to declare any like pilot gear to help you out? Let's see. You have some personal fine optical camo, light climbing gear.
Would there be anything I'd really climb over? I think like I want to slick through the door and then behind something.
I mean, like climbing over a wall is easier than like slipping by several people who are at a door.
That may be better actually. How about that is too loud, but like this isn't like permanent.
Light
stuff, right?
climbing. Listen, light climbing gear is 1.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to declare climbing gear.
Okay. Not right there, buddy. Over here. Over here.
Oh, okay. I didn't see because yeah.
Yeah, those are your specialist stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll it.
All right.
Okay, a consequence. Let me think.
Gotta love me some consequence.
A good old risky
At the very
consequence.
least, risky standard means that this gets ticked by 2, so you're almost at having infiltrated completely. This is a risky consequence, so how about so you climb over the wall with like what is it? What are you using to climb? Is it like a grapple? Or like pythons?
What's
Is
a
it like,
python?
it's a thing that you like. It's like a little dagger you stick into a crevice on a wall so you can stand on it.
How about that? Yeah, that seems like kind of neat. Just like some
Okay.
stick thing he can like stick through there to
Right.
pull himself up.
Okay. Yeah. You're doing that and you get over the wall, but I think you don't notice that there are some small, essentially like less extreme bear traps. You know, they're more meant for like wildlife. You know, like they're placed nearby a small like little hole in the wall
Like snares?
Yeah, that's a snare. I think the snare like snaps around your leg, or
Which
it would. I mean, it doesn't really left. Which one isn't metal?
Fuck. Now I need to look up
I
weapons.
thought it was a right. That wasn't metal.
I mean, the point is, it doesn't matter. Your leg. What's the word for? We'll call it fractured. You'll get the level 2 harm fractured, because this snare like just snaps around your leg. You can
Yeah, left
resist
leg.
this if you'd like.
Where is this?
Where is what?
Where do I mark? Oh, level.
Harm.
Yeah.
Yes. Level 2 harm. Are you taking this or are you resisting?
Sorry, I'm Google sizes being weird. I do kind of want to resist this. I think I can take a risk.
Okay. You marked the 2 stress for pushing yourself, right?
Oh, is it 2 stress?
Yes. It's 1 stress if you're helping somebody and you only have 1 tick in
Okay.
the thing.
Oh boy, that is a little risky, honestly. And if I take a level 2
If you
harm,
were
I
to
lose a die.
Yeah. If you were to resist, you would be using 6 minus the number that comes up on the dice. And this would, I think, be a prowess resistance, so you'd roll 2 die.
Okay. I think I am willing to take that. I think I can hopefully compensate. The worst I can get is 5, which will put me right next to getting a scar, but
No, you would get a scar. This
if
fills
I...
and you get a scar.
Okay.
So you have to
Should I-
roll better than or lower than, no, higher than a 2, I think. Yeah.
You guys think I should take it?
You know my answer.
Stop asking everybody. Are you
Don't
doing
ask
it or
me.
not?
It's your
Okay, I'm gonna do
character,
it.
my dude.
Don't ask me.
Like, the main reason that I chime in for things like the clocks is because of the fact that those are fairly global. If it's
Yeah,
you,
those
then that's your
global.
life.
Okay, I'm going to resist. Please, God,
Okay.
dice. I'm going to.
Let's
So roll 2
dismiss.
dice. Good enough. Good job. Okay, you take 1 stress. Explain to me how you keep yourself from getting a fractured leg.
So okay, we're gonna assume it landed on my leg that's actually a real human leg.
Yes, because it's not
So
metal.
yeah, okay. So I hit it gets snapped, I feel it, I shake around for a little bit and then quickly gain my composure and just stomp with my other leg. And hopefully the metal being roughly strong enough to at least pry it open.
Okay, so it does snap on, but you quickly get it off with your metal leg.
Yeah, quickly get it off and then get down.
Okay, good job. Otherwise, you get inside of there. There's not many people moving around. The things that are moving around are those vehicles in tarps, and those loading vehicles, those Ripleys, basically. That's where we'll leave you. Let's put you in Point Clover. You are successfully in there.
Oh,
You just need a
hello.
little bit more to figure out what's going on. The rest of y'all,
The rest of us.
what's going on?
Well, it's called Fedor. Or is they in the mech or not mech? Fuck car.
Fade, are you sure you don't need your mech right now?
It will come into play. I was intending on summoning it when I took a move.
Chekhov's war paint.
God damn it.
I'm not looking at it, so I don't
Okay.
exist.
Y'all out here like, hey Fade,
not-
don't you need this thing that you were about to surprise everyone by doing?
Fuck off.
But yeah, so what is the move? What are you doing? What are y'all doing? You have Group North to take care of, otherwise they will get to Point Aster.
Alright, so I'm going to assume that Fade the person is just hanging out in this car taking another road trip. But as they're driving along together, Z pulls out this little sort of... It kind of looks like a super fucked up game controller in a lot of ways. And just flicks a fairly large switch on the top of it. And then presses a different large buttons dead center, and it starts making a very, very quiet but high-pitched beeping noise as Warpaint, who knows how far away, activates and begins sprinting towards wherever I am, basically, as I just activated my remote vehicle control.
Okay, nice. Uh, I'd say we'll make a roll when that comes into play. I think like when you get into the deal of it, we'll make a roll for like its entrance essentially.
But for now,
Does that
it's
sound
just
right?
approaching.
Like for now, it is en route. You know, your destination is 500 meters to the north.
Your
That's me.
destination is behind you.
I'd also
Your
like to note
destination,
that
10
because of the
meters behind
fact
you.
that this is like kind of a more idle setting,
Hmm.
Warpaint is just walking. There are ways that I could make it do this faster, but I am not necessarily doing that because of the fact that I don't see necessarily the point yet.
Right. It is quite large, so at the very least, it is like it has large, steppies. But if anybody was going to see this, it would certainly see this because it's like vehicle control. It isn't fine vehicle control. It's not doing this well. It is, it's crunching trees under its feet. It is like leaving a path straight through the forest.
Yeah, see, that is why I was trying to avoid activating this until it was either desperately needed or already well known that we were doing this. Because
Right.
I had a feeling it would not be quiet. Like, even if I were controlling it, Warpaint's
Okay.
legs are nowhere near as, like, finessable as its arms.
Okay. I won't have this be an action roll yet, and I don't think it counts. I would count it as like a setup roll. Well, maybe it would be like to determine if it's like in position for the next thing you want to do. What do you think? Like, would you consider this an action, or would you consider this just like you doing the thing?
I think it's fair to consider it an action because of the fact that it's an action with the assumption that the next time I need to do a mech thing, Warpaint will be there ready to do the mech thing.
Okay. What kind of action do you think it would be? Because this sounds a little bit like an interface. Because you're interacting with a small like computer and then kind of trusting the like kind of AI to do it.
Yeah, I could
Uh,
see that as much as I
It
don't
could
like
be
the thought
it could
of
be other
rolling a
things.
zero.
Like I'll accept like arguments for other stuff like maneuver.
I don't think I
It,
think it would have to mostly just be interface because I'm not like making any direct controls. I'm just pressing the mech equivalent of find my phone, except that the phone comes to me instead.
okay. Is anybody helping?
Stunner just gets out of the way of the mech. That's it.
Like I could imagine like maybe someone telling you like how to actually control the thing. Like no, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to like press this and then that. So it's like instead of being in like haphazard steppy mode, it's like instead in like what was it, like cruise control or something. I don't know.
Limbo says, hand me the controller.
Pretty much.
I mean, if somebody here thinks that they'd have the knowledge to be able to do that.
I don't think Limbo has the knowledge to do that.
Okay.
But does he think he has the knowledge to do that?
He doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, or he's doing.
Got it. I'm rolling
Okay.
a 0.
I mean, there's a collateral die if you want it.
What is it? Like what would happen? Is it just the question marks again?
Yes.
You know what, Jenny? Give me that controller. Give me that controller. Come on, I want it. I'm starting to.
Seth, no, you have stress.
Yeah, I've got 2 more stress till that one.
Limbo, you're fucking driving the car!
Just to remind folks, you were only marking like 1 stress when you were helping, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Absolutely. I've helped out a lot.
So you'd have 1 more stress before getting a scar.
Yeah.
Fade explicitly
Fade's
refuses.
already slapped.
Fade
Limbo's
refuses
hands.
to let Limbo help because Limbo has to drive the car.
Okay. Understandable.
The scar is that he grabs the controller and uses it while he's driving, hits a tree, and he didn't have his seatbelt on, and he gets flung out.
Limbo doesn't wear his seatbelt.
What did you say in regards to the collateral die?
It's halfway there.
Halfway there. Oh,
Don't ask me.
clock is on a prayer.
You know who I'm gonna ask, actually? Stunner, what do you think? Do you think this is a worthwhile collateral die?
How many dice are you gonna have without it?
I'm otherwise going to be rolling a 0. That's 2 and worst result.
You could push yourself, but I think you said you didn't wanna. I don't remember.
You know what? I think I will push myself just to get 1 normal dice here.
Okay.
Okay,
Collateral.
if you're gonna do that, I would say no collateral.
Yeah.
No collateral.
Damn.
All right.
You really want to tick this clock, don't you?
I love my clocks.
I love their clocks. Like, right before session, I was talking about how much I love the clocks in Beam Saber that Josie introduces.
Fine,
I need to
fine.
I need to get to bed.
I will take the collateral die, but I swear to God, if I don't get, like, the best fucking Warpaint entrance possible, then I'm gonna be upset.
Okay, here's
I need to go.
what
I need
I'm
to go to bed
seeing.
eventually. So if you
Too late,
if
can't
that
take it
clock
back.
adds another hour to the mission, then I'm gonna be angry.
I don't think it'll last that long, hopefully. Anyway. So, you get, it sounds like risky standard. So it'd be 2 dice risky standard.
I hate
Ugh.
this game.
Not great. Okay, that'll come into play later. I'll tell you how it does.
I hate that. Okay.
So, what is the actual, like, thing you getting involved in this? What are y'all doing?
You know, I'm just driving up, right?
Yeah, like, I think at this
That
point, it's...
adrenaline high.
I think at this point, me and the stuntman are just kind of casually fucking riding along. We're both
Moving
trying
right
to
along.
ignore the loud beeping noise that the remote control is making while it's actively trying to pull Warpaint towards us.
The more and more distressed beeping. Something's going wrong. I can't deal with this right now. Okay, yeah. I assume this is like you doing a maneuver.
Yeah, I can do a maneuver. Hell yeah, dude.
Well, this is up to you. I'm asking what you're doing. Like, you said you're driving, but that doesn't mean more than what you say it does.
Get there. Shit. I'll use maneuver again. I love rolling the die. You know me. You know me.
I
You
love
do.
rolling dice.
I think
I
Stunner's
love
gonna
it.
need to roll the die someday.
I love rolling the die. I'm gonna use maneuver to get through the trees and not hurt myself further. Hopefully.
Sounds fake.
Maybe trash a mech along the way if I'm
Okay.
lucky with that. Just by
Are
chance.
you pushing yourself?
What would pushing myself do again? Is that a stress?
That would be a quirk. You're doing it with your
Oh
vehicle.
yeah, that's right. I am doing it with my vehicle. I'll do that. I'll use a shifting booster.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do
would
that.
you like help?
Would I like help? Fate,
Is anyone helping?
Stunner, you're my only hope.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
Can
starting
I-
to get concerned about my stress level, so I'm not gonna take this one.
Could I help by kind of paving a way forward? Kind of like scoosh, 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 scoosh.
I certainly think you could.
Oh fuck you, dude.
Because I think that's kind of because in the end of the day, that'd get us both up there, and it would be helping. So yeah, I'd want to help by like paving this way forward.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the
So let's
position
move you up
then?
a little bit.
What's the position?
I'd say it's risky standard,
Risky.
unless you
And
wanted that help
because-
to be to turn to great or to turn it to controlled. What do you think?
Do I want 3 die, 4 die?
Oh, by the by, if you're helping, Stunner has more belief with you, so you'd get 2 options, and Stunner would take 2 stress.
Holy shit. I guess so. I can change the position to controlled.
You could.
Okay, I'm gonna do that for 1. I guess. Yeah. And then you said the effect was standard to begin with,
Yes.
so it would be limited to begin with thanks to my level 1 harm.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Let's use that other one for standard effect.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 3 die.
Yep,
Goodbye.
you're pushing yourself for 3 die. Do you want a collateral?
Yeah, I do actually. What's the
What?
collateral?
I will tick the question mark one more time.
Okay,
What?
Let me roll one more die. I guess.
Okay. Boop.
The real
So that
risky
would be-
consequence is the clock we ticked along the way.
Why do y'all keep fucking like rolling your thing before?
Because I get excited. I'm so sorry. I get so excited.
Well, at the very least, you didn't fail. Got a 4.
I just get
You
so
do get
excited.
a controlled consequence is not bad.
No.
I'll say
I don't have a gambling addiction. I promise.
that's a good thing you put.
All
in
right,
the,
gotcha, boy.
The Discord, by the way. It's a picture of Gmod engineer doing a bad drive. What would I have you do?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and drive us up there. One more on that question mark. It looks like.
No. You'll get another level 1 harm.
Okay, yeah. What is it?
This one will be cracked windshield.
Correct. Okay. Quick question for the future. Since I
Mhm.
have both level 1s, does that mean double less effect or just 1 less effect?
It means double less effect.
Double less effect. Okay.
Yep, they're cumulative. If you get another level 1 harm, it's instead bumped up to a level 2 harm.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, 14. Bold it. I'm gonna write down real quick. If my computer will let me. Merge these.
Yeah, I think the booster itself like is the thing that kind of fucks you because you're hitting limbs much more than you were before. Like you're not going over bushes and stuff. You're hitting like low-lying tree limbs, and it's just like you're going fast enough that it's just smacking it and just like starting to crack it.
He's having fun though.
Yeah, like you can
That's
still
all that
see out of
matters.
it. It's just like the sort of thing where you have to like crane your head around to really get a good look.
Not the first time he's had to do that.
Yeah, it's like it's the sort of shit that happens if like, you know, oh my windshield is iced over and like part of it I can see through, but part of it I can't, but I really need to go.
Yeah.
Except this time you're fighting mechs.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good enough. Good
Okay.
enough.
There I will go ahead and show you. What do you think? Okay. This will tick the deal with Group North by 2. How do you think that affects it? Like, do you hit someone?
I wanted to yes. I wanted to yes. Best
Okay.
case scenario.
Yeah, I think this one over here you ram into and it like knocks it clean on its ass.
Oops.
These they're all Steiners again, but these clearly look a lot different. They're not like kept like an old guy's like truck. They are they're painted in like dark colors, mostly black. Some of them are in like forest camo, and they look a lot less startled to see you, except for the guy you knocked on your ass, on its ass. They don't seem like surprised to have to deal with the combat.
Uh-oh.
So I'll go ahead and whip this tool. There we go, and there are 5 of them.
Stinks. This stinks.
Let's see. Yeah, they already have their hands on their weapons. I think the front 2 reach into their pylons, and out comes a like sort of segmented cleaver, and the back 3 take out those same needle cannons that you saw earlier. So what are y'all doing?
Time to get out of the card. Fade.
Yeah,
Get out of the card.
you know what? I think I'm gonna like take the hint that I'm not gonna get Transformer crushed, and like
Okay, you want the
He's finally
consequence to
going,
happen.
Fade. You gotta leave, Fade.
I think it's about
So,
time for whatever.
at this point, like you big O, and then Warpaint shows up.
Oh, fuck.
But it shows up very like they see war coming or war paint coming like fucking a mile away, and the back three just like hammer it with needles. The like onboard defense systems like have it raise its hands to like block most of it, but a lot of it gets through. So this would give Warpaint the level 2 damage. What would it? Speared. You can resist this if you want to. This would cost you quirks. Would you even be able to without getting a breakdown though?
How many quirks would it take?
This would be expertise. So you would spend 2 quirks. You have enough quirks that you would not take a breakdown.
I wouldn't take a breakdown, but I don't know if I'm gonna need those quirks or not.
The level 2 damage would make it so that anything you did with Warpaint is -1 die. If it made sense, of course. Punctured or like a speared kind of does a lot of stuff, so it might fuck with it a lot.
And you said it would take 2 quirks?
Yep.
Flashy and distracting and exposed internals. A lot of those lights look like they're bright targets when in actuality they're just kind of frivolous fashion stuff. And because of the fact that a lot of the internals are sort of exposed, there's a lot of holes in it. So a lot of these needles, like, they definitely do spear through, but they don't actually hit anything. They just kind of slip in between all these wires and shit.
Okay. I like it. And then I assume you like sprint over to Warpaint and like climb the ladder on the back.
Yeah, almost immediately. It is go time now.
Right. Yeah. You get in Warpaint. Golly. Stunner. What are you doing?
Okay. Well, let's see. What would this be? I could say this would probably be a battle. I think.
Are you gonna debut a real weapon?
Yes.
Oh.
I think that I would like to debut a fine melee weapon.
Ah, sick. What is it?
So, I don't know what this type of knife is called, but like a switchblade. You know, like a switchblade, how it flips out?
Yeah.
Well, kind of imagine that on her mech's arm, but it's like a fucking sword. Like a clear sword.
It's connected to the arm?
Yeah, and it like flips out, essentially.
Oh, I see.
Because like I'm saying with the like a switchblade, it flips out.
Right.
And I'm
not
thinking,
like it's hidden, like it's an obvious kind of weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just a melee weapon, not like a heavy melee weapon.
I
don't know if you have enough. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. You could declare. Wait, no, never mind. You couldn't declare a
no, I could.
a heavy because you're already at 4.
Oh, heavy. Yeah, no, I couldn't do heavy.
2 for armor, 1 for shield, 1 for tangle gun, and then fine melee weapon is the final one.
Right. What does it say? Oh yeah, a fine heavy. Yeah, that's 2. And
that it's totally fine. Yeah.
I think what I would kind of want to do is to run up kind of like behind like this one, and maybe just kind of like swing my arm and have it like kind of like flip out as I'm swinging, so it just kind of like straight into them.
Oh, so like the force of it coming out like adds to the swing.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you pushing yourself?
I like to push myself with unassuming appearance.
Okay, so they don't like see you coming.
Yeah.
Or they see you coming, but they're like, okay, this is just some fucking schmuck.
Yeah.
They probably especially don't expect, like, knife arm.
Right. Knife arm. Is anybody helping you?
Could we say that Fade's mech is distracting them as a help?
Does Fade have this stress to do that?
Good question.
If only barely.
And also, does Fade just want to?
Hang on a second.
Period.
I have two marks with you. I don't know about that.
It would help you out a lot, but like Fade would be at the verge of getting a scar.
I don't think we're close enough to the end of this mission for me to risk that much stress right now.
Yeah. So, no help. No rest for the wicked.
We'll use accepted collateral die.
That's the clock.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
This one would be. Let me look at your mech real quick. I think that the collateral would be that your tangle gun gets junked.
Okay, when you say junked... Oh, sorry. When you say junked...
It gets destroyed, and you'd have to spend material to clear the slot.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and you can't use it from now on.
Ever again?
You could re-debut it, but
yeah, I could re-debut it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you'd have to clear the slot first.
This would have 2 dice.
Just so you know, it will still take up that load, so you can't declare anything in its.
Yeah. And it'll break it immediately.
Yes, this as part of this action, it will break it.
Okay.
If you're going to do anything, this sounds like risky standard.
Risky standard. Okay. 3 and risky standard. I could probably take a consequence.
On top of that, you are punctured right now. Would this affect your... I'm going to say it won't affect you right now.
Okay.
Punctured is a very general kind of thing, but I think it's more very fine movements, punctured effects, whereas right now you're doing very broad stuff. You know?
Right.
If you were trying to maneuver or battle in a very deft way, punctured would make it so that your small movements are messed with. But since you're basically just you're hacking with a sword, essentially, it's hard to fuck that up.
Yeah.
Unless I really did something to your arms or something. So yeah, your puncture does not affect you right now.
Okay. Well, I've got to think still, because the...
Are you pushing yourself? Yeah, you pushed
I
yourself.
Am, so this would be 2 dice. And if I did fuck this up, I would have 2 quirks to spend. Expending all 4 quirks isn't what destroys it. It has to be more than 4, right?
Spending all 4 gives you a breakdown.
Okay. So...
You would likely have to either take the consequence or take the breakdown.
I'm gonna take that collateral then.
Okay. So go ahead and preemptively junk your tangle gun. And let's get you rolling. That is 3 dice.
What is the effect? Just standard or limited?
Standard. Risky standard. You do it. All right. So what do you do to this dude?
I'm thinking again, coming out and kind of so kind of a thing of, I think that this dude at least, I'm not sure if the other dudes would notice, but this dude at least would notice someone charging at them, and so I would kind of do this weird sideways or an angle diagonal kind of swing with my mech arm towards him, and he jumps back. Just out of reach, but then the blade kind of comes out halfway through, and it meets him the rest of the way, smack dab into the. I think cockpit would be too much. Well, I guess these things don't have heads, right?
No, they do not have heads.
So yeah, just probably right into the cockpit or the side of the mech.
I'd say
Probably,
it certainly will dig. My thinking you can certainly take I think you would take out this mech in effectiveness by doing this.
Okay.
You can chop off a limb, you can dig real hard into the side, you can break their legs with this, I think.
I think I want to, like the angle I'm coming up, since it's like this upward diagonal, it like cuts like halfway into the leg, and then like pushes them over. So
Okay.
like they probably like could have dealt with this if it weren't for the fact that I just also fucked their leg.
Right. And as they fall down, like they're firing their tangle gun like wildly, and it's just like huge fucking like car-sized needles are just flying into the air, and it like whoomp, hits the ground and like probably messes a whole lot of it up. These things are heavy.
I'd say one of those things, like, I'd say that their tangle gun fires directly into my tangle gun.
Oh no, they're not tangle gun. They're needle cannon. Sorry.
Well, it fires directly into
Yeah,
my
but-
tangle gun.
Right. Okay. Well, this one I will mark as fallen. There's probably a fallen kind of thing here. We'll.
Flip it upside down.
No, I'm good.
Put it in
we'll do
attack
this.
mode.
Ow, my back. Okay. Fade. What
Hello.
are you doing? You are in war paint. You are mad. What do you do?
That's a real good question.
Are you gonna debut something? Like a cool gun? Or a big sword?
Okay, so just so that I know for sure about the situation, like, one dude is on his ass, another dude just got hit pretty hard with a sword and is relatively disabled, and the other three are all very much in battle mode.
Oh, wait.
Right, Speaking of which, this guy's also on the ground at the moment.
How much did my thing add to the clock?
Yeah, sorry, forgot to do that. Standard gets you 2 ticks.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Has Battle of Rubea changed any?
It has not. It's desperate fighting, but it is not yet decisive.
Oh boy.
I like those hymns.
I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking my options a bit.
Do you
No,
want
it's
me
totally
to
fine.
Can we?
pick-
Yeah.
pick
Can we
up
give?
the
Can we give
space?
Stuntman a run so that I can figure out what I want to go for?
Okay, I'll fill in the space. I do want to debut the weapon of, the machine. No. Yeah, machine gun. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Okay, I want to debut that and just spread out some fire. Let me mark that down as
Nice, nice.
being acquired.
Was that a fine machine gun?
Uh,
Yeah, it's a
I
fine
do
machine
have a
gun.
fine machine gun. Yeah, I do want that one.
Always
instead.
look to your specialist gear first, because it's just like free good shit.
Okay, I didn't even see that one. I'll be honest.
So this gives you increased effect for this.
Oh shit.
Let me check you. But well, you have 2 less effects. We'll have to do some basically like math for this one.
Oh no.
Not literally.
I'm sorry, I'm out. I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, I'd say normally this would be, because of those would be limited. Fine machine gun bumps it to standard.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Are you pushing yourself?
What would pushing myself do again? It'd spend an extra quirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know I do want to do that. Don't ask me that. Loudly intimidating.
Okay. Loudly intimidating. Okay, how does that play into it?
A Kimbo car! A Kimbo car!
Shush. Okay, so how it's gonna work is it's going to, like, the hand is going to spread out and kind of come into the wrist to kind of form the machine gun. And
Oh,
as
yeah.
that's going and shooting, the engine in the back is revving up as well. You know he's gonna be loud and over the top with that.
Okay. Is anybody helping? Can anybody helping?
Actually... Let me see.
Okay, yeah, you're not like
Okay, I have
you're not
some
at
stress,
the worst point yet.
But
What's that?
yeah, I'm saying I have some stress, but I could stand to grab 2 more.
This would be one more, by the way.
I
Oh no,
thought-
you have two with
yeah,
rushing limbo. Yeah, this would be two
yeah,
more.
two more.
But conversely, it would make this very, very good.
It would make it very good. It could do a lot of shit.
I think for my help, I would want to like kind of like move over here and kind of push this. I want to push this dude like into the other two, so they're in this nice bunch that stuntman can just kind of like and focus on this like small pile up.
Hmm. Okay, so like you like try and force this guy over here to like be in this group and like
Yeah,
get affected by like the raking.
yeah.
Okay, that works totally. Collateral die.
What'll it'll give me?
What would that give you?
Also, this is
A
battle,
new
right?
car.
It sounds like a battle.
This is 100% a battle. This is the most battle I could imagine.
Okay, and you said position was.
Your position,
Just so that
you're
I-
not desperate. I'd say you're risky right now. Your original effect was now standard. One of the effects of the help could be giving you better effect. That's up to you.
Okay, so I've got.
You get essentially two effects. Of the list is like better position, better effect, more or an extra die.
Okay, so right now it would be risky standard.
Yep.
Okay, just so then I get the base right now.
Right.
I think it'll.
Before we do the collateral stuff, let's figure out if you want to like give yourself more dice or whatever.
What does the
so-
collateral die give me? Actually,
The collateral die will give you
if I take
a
it.
dice. What would it do?
Yeah, what would it do? Is what I'm asking. I wanna know.
What would it do?
Oh, it would give you a dice.
That's it. That's it. Free die. Free dice.
The collateral is that this guy in the corner here would break out and join the Battle of Rubea, giving them another tick in the negative.
Don't like that. Don't like that. I'm not taking the collateral die.
Wow! The
Not
first
taking
time! First time you didn't take a collateral die!
Wow, first time.
I
I've taken
finally
a three
gave you a
first.
consequence that was too much!
Listen, I'm looking at that 3, thinking about that 2. Nah, nah.
Yeah,
There's
no,
too many
that
numbers
clock,
here, I hate
don't
this.
want that clock low. I want that clock
No.
full. I want lots of time on that clock.
Me too.
Okay. Then that sounds like you've got, let's see. You're in mech form right now, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
that
I
means you have 2 in battle, I think, there?
Yeah, 2 in
Yeah.
battle.
So that's 2 battle. The help you said was like affect and die. Was that it?
I think I'm gonna use a dice, extra dice. So.
You
It's
get
2 things.
You get two
so
things.
It can be.
Oh
it can
yeah,
be
that's
both.
right. Effect great then.
Okay,
Shit, just
so
go for
that's
it.
like that's 4 die. No,
3.
you're
So
pushing
3.
yourself too,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's 4 die.
4 die.
4 die risky great.
Wait, why are you pushing yourself?
Hey, for fun.
He's shooting a gun. It's fine.
I'm shooting a gun for fun. I'm shooting a gun for
A
fun.
fucking crit. Dominating effect.
For fun.
Yeah, that fills this up 100%. Whoppa duppa.
Dang, guess I don't need to
Tell me
come
what you
back
do,
over.
buddy. Tell me how this goes.
Brr. Okay, so I've already established that the machine gun is out. I'm just going ham. Just back, forth, up, down, whichever way I want. I see somebody moving. Oops. You're going down, buddy.
Fucking go skrrrah,
Yeah.
pop pop.
Yeah, basically.
Ding
Yeah,
up!
basically. You move and you die, and I'm so sorry, son.
Yeah, Stunner has her shield up.
Poor son.
Good work. Yeah, I think like you straight up like you gun all of them down. This one does like gets the least of it. Everyone else is like shot to shit. I think the ones on the ground cannot do anything about this, and like they're just leaking like coolant and fuel. One of them catches fire. That's
Awesome.
dangerous.
I'm sorry.
The one back here is the most untouched, but I think like it moves to like get the fuck out.
Okay, so they're gone.
Yeah, this one is the only one that fucking got to jet. Everyone else is just essentially like taken the fuck out.
Holy
I'm not gonna like put any status stuff on them, but they're done. Yeah, you took out Group North real fucking good, real clean. Good job. Yo-Yo.
Hell yeah.
Hello.
What are you doing to finish this infiltration?
Hmm. My ideal plan of action would be to um slip under a truck, straight under a truck tope to see if like it's actually like open and can look in it. See exactly what they're like transferring around there. Like take note of that. Maybe take a picture if I need to. I don't know. And then like get out.
Okay. That sounds like another prowl. Are you pushing yourself?
Is two prowls. That would be two mugs. That's two before I lose. So I'm not going to take a. So I wouldn't take like a consequence avoider after this. But I feel like I could take this.
Are you gonna push it, or are you not?
First tell me what the collateral die is. Is it tick on? What's it tick on?
I will put the final tick on the question mark.
I feel like it's inevitable we're gonna reach it, but like at the same time, I don't really want to like cause it. Push myself or take the die. I think I'm just gonna
Pushing
push
yourself
myself.
is
No,
fun. Yeah, it's fine.
no, take the die.
Okay, that's fine.
I have a feeling
Then-
it's gonna like end badly either way, but
Yep.
regardless of whether I manually fill the clock or not.
Yeah, this is, I think, another risky great. If you get, if you just like do it at all, you will finish this infiltration. And you pushed yourself, so you got 3 dice.
Come on, show me the money. Show me.
That's a
You did it.
6.
I don't know why I keep making these noises.
It's because you're
It's fine.
deflating.
It's
That too.
because you're so used to sidekick bot.
Okay, so, you get inside and you see a lot of it is kind of advanced construction materials. It's not like lumber and stuff. It is electronics and computers, stuff that you would like put in like a high grade office building. You know, it's like components for like the most powerful computers like you've ever seen, which honestly isn't saying much considering like heaven age like tech. But nowadays this kind of stuff is like it's like you know, solid gold. For whatever
It's-
reason, these people are moving incredibly expensive material.
Hmm.
It is marked. There's a small script on it. It is not in a language you know. I assume you take pictures of that.
Yeah. Do I have like some sort of like I don't know. I know phones don't exist.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
phones
you-
exist, but
you
they
got
work off
smartphone.
of local networks. The network here isn't very great because it's on the edge of like, you know, the Interium. But essentially, each region usually has some sort of a network that it works off of.
Okay, so I should still be able to take a picture.
Stunner gets to bypass that.
Yeah, there might also be a thing, and you can just probably use your smartphone.
Got a
Oh,
good
I'd let you have a regular camera. Like I'll let you have that. Like no load required.
Okay, so yeah, I have like some sort of like camera thing. Probably it's got like a pretty nice case on it. And it just snaps some shots.
Okay.
Oh
yeah,
fuck, you
that's
didn't turn
infiltrated.
flash off. You've alerted everyone.
As you exit that truck, there is a man standing just outside. He is wearing a long, flowing brown robe and has a bald head. He looks relatively old. He looks older than he is. Like, he's that sort of, like, prematurely bald, old kind of stuff. Like, he's probably 40 or something, but looks, like, older and wiser than he should. And he says, welcome. Child, may I ask why you're here?
Oh, nothing. Just business.
Just business. I want you to know I hold you no ill will, and I cannot do anything to stop you, but I would ask that you forget what you saw here and that you leave, and that you erase everything on that camera.
Sorry, give me a second. Will I be in danger if I don't?
No. I can't do anything to you, and nobody here would want to do anything to you. But I would be, and he searches for a word, indebted to you if you were to defer to me. I am not asking you I'm not begging. Rest assured you would receive recompense for this service.
Would this, if I accept this, would this count as failing the side mission?
Yeah, not so much failing, but just not doing it. You wouldn't get like the bonus to the reward.
Okay, if I can be honest, if I can just speak out here, I feel like it is a much better idea to just do what he says, considering, like, do we want the
boat, or do we want the mystery box?
No,
Anything
no,
could be in the mystery
box.
box, even a boat!
No. Hear me out. Do we want the pennies that the army is gonna pay us, or do we want the induction of this man who has like top of the line electronics by the truckload?
Leave it to Stunner to only think about the money.
No, that's not Stunner. This is me
but
as
regardless,
the person, Michael.
Do you say anything in response to him?
Truffle like taps on his mask for like a little bit.
I would ask that you. He looks like strangely nervous here. I would ask that you please hurry. I cannot say much, but there are forces outside of your knowledge that are playing as we speak.
He decides, like, he quickly nods his head and then, like, looks at his device and does, like, a quick swipe around. Very, very well. Your pictures are gone, but the thoughts will remain in my mind.
I can ask nothing more. We will be in touch. And he gets in that same truck, and the trucks and the vehicles and tarps leave, though they leave the Ripleys. So I'll go ahead and mark that in my notes. Took the deal! There we go.
Gee, I wonder what was intended by the DM.
Here's our egg.
Do you begin to do you just leave and then go back to your vehicle?
Yeah, I want to get to my mech because I have a feeling like something's going on that I'm missing, so I need to actually get to my radio.
About there, how's everybody else dealing with the ownage of this of Group North?
Limbo's yelling and celebrating, hooping and hollering and jigging.
I think if any of them start moving, Stunner just kind of a gentle love tap with the tip of the sword, just kind of nope.
No, that's not
Nope.
smart.
Quite frankly, I'm unsure if any of them survived the barrage. There's no telling where the cockpit in these things were, but they are pretty well and truly loaded full of lead.
Limbo has officially actually killed somebody. I can no longer jokingly say he murdered somebody.
Fade, their arms are crossed, and Z is kind of frustrated that Z didn't get a turn, but Z is impressed by the machine gun barrage, so Z's clapping over the comms.
Which one of you would be paying the most attention?
Stunner.
Yeah, probably Stunner.
Okay. Would you say Stunner also probably has the best sensors at the moment?
Yeah.
I'm the only one undamaged, mainly. The least damaged, rather.
Yeah, least damaged.
I saw the click.
Oh, god damn it.
Yes.
Alright.
Yes. Sorry. What was
Seth losing his fucking mind. The clock got big. What?
Star, we're done.
What does that mean?
I can't breathe.
Stunner, while you're like kind of gently celebrating in opposition to
I'm getting lightheaded.
Limbo's celebration, you notice a blip show up on your sensors. There is sort of an automatic like threat detection kind of thing. Something registers as a threat, and you follow it, and it leads you to look over to the left or to the west, and then up. And at first you can't tell what the hell it is until you enhance into the sky. And in the great distance, you see something. It is a massive, blocky ship, and it is coming towards Avarice. And at first you think that it is simply coming to Avarice. It is simply landing. But a explosion on its left side shows that it is not coming to Avarice, it is falling towards Avarice.
Guys!
And it is falling towards Rubea.
Oops.
Guys!
Oops.
I think she's desperately like signaling everyone on the comms, and it's probably like a thing of like she calls them by their names, and when they don't respond, she's like, damn it, and then like starts using call signs, and is just kind of like trying to get their attention to the fact that there is a actual ship falling.
If you're calling everyone over comms, that better include 5 below 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hail 5 below 0?
Yes.
This is
I think 5, like you can hear the like sounds of like a still pitched battle in Point Aster going on. She responds, "This better be good."
There is a ship falling from the sky.
What the fuck do you mean?
Above. Is it above Cider?
Is what?
Is it above Point C?
It is so far into the like atmosphere that like it doesn't matter like where. Like as it comes closer, you come to realize like it is so large that like the entire ship itself is like a town unto itself.
Holy shit.
It doesn't matter where it hits here, it's hitting here.
It will hit the entire area.
I think I think 5 below 0 just goes understood. I'm going to get everybody out. And you hear like ever more like shots over the radio before it cuts out. You've given them that information. Yo, pal, you hear this over the comms. You are halfway to your vehicle.
And it will hit me if I...
It will hit every single one of you if you don't get the fuck out.
Oh yay! Time to introduce a new clock.
Can I like how fast can I run? Can I jump good? Can I like can I just like make a panic dive into my ship?
Jump, bunny boy,
Yeah.
jump.
I think you in particular, you'd have to probably do some sort of a move to get to yours quickly.
This is an issue.
Sounds like a... What do you think it sounds like?
Let's see here.
Prowl certainly works. Finesse also... Well, no, finesse is handling. This sounds like a prowl.
Okay,
Ironic
that's
that you've rolled almost nothing but prowl this session, but it works.
That's what I do.
That's what you do.
Oops, I didn't mean to open that. Wanted to discord.
Are you pushing yourself?
If I push, I get a scar. So no. What if I take a collateral?
The collateral is you, Truffle, will take the level 2 harm. Let me think. I don't want to say scraped. What's a lacerated? The like woods in that area are particularly dense, And the reason why you could get through it quickly earlier is because you were careful. But now you're panicking.
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know how much longer this mission's gonna last.
Something's falling from the sky and it's about to destroy everything. I don't think it's long.
I'll take the collateral.
Okay. Take that harm. But go ahead and roll. Let's see. 2 plus your... you're not pushing yourself, but you're taking collaterals. That's 3 dice. Oh, there you go. Good job. You did it. Yeah, you...
Wait, what? I didn't roll yet.
Oh, I thought... I'm stupid. Sorry. That was your last roll.
Prowl... what's control? Desperate?
I don't think it's desperate yet. I'll say risky. Risky standard. I mean, like, there's no clock right now. This is going to be towards a clock.
Alright, come on.
Okay, a risky consequence.
No way I'm resisting it, so what is it?
How about another level 2 harm? This one concussed. As you're going through, like, you literally dive into your mech, like, hoping that that'll, like, make you go quickly, but you're, like, dazed for a moment when you, like, smash into a part of the mech you weren't, like, expecting to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'll hopefully be able to, like, get, like, medical assistance next session.
I mean, it's gonna be downtime, so...
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to do next time, is the thing.
So I will delete Yo-Yo. You're in your mech. What is everyone else doing?
Well, shit, I guess we're hightailing it out of here.
Hey, guys, what
Yeah.
the hell is going on? I was just, I have some things to tell when we get back, but what the hell's going on?
Oh, you know.
Oh, you should have seen it! Oh my god! Limbo iced like a ton of dudes!
Hey,
oh,
not
there are
right
so
now.
many corpses!
You killed people?
It was sick! You should have been there!
I think this is
Fade's just like celebrating despite the imminent destruction of the entirety of Rubea.
I think this is a very good grab Fade's mech's hand and like lead her away.
What I was about to do. I was basically about to be like,
Please.
Is this Fade just not understanding what's going on, or?
No, me and
leaving.
Rushing are working together to do this.
No, I know. I'm asking, like, is there a particular reason Fade is like acting this way? Is Fade just like too drunk on like the
yeah.
like adrenaline of having done this?
I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of this is probably, like, the amount of stress that Fate has taken over the course of this mission. Z looked at that and is probably in a little bit of, like, Final Day of Majora's Mask style denial.
Oh gosh, and that makes sense.
Holy shit. Well, I guess
I don't care how many people are dead. Get out of this place.
Well, time to try to pick up more paint.
You take the front, I'll take the
I
back.
definitely think that like Z's not gonna resist. Like, the nudging to leave is gonna, like, snap Zer out of it enough to follow along. This isn't some sort of I am not gonna move because the moon isn't falling. It's very much a all right, yeah, we're going, okay.
Okay, let's go. All right. Sounds like we all made it. Yeah.
Where are you actually going? Like, are you going maybe through, like, are you going near Point Aster to, like, make sure everyone's leaving? Are you going south or north?
I feel
I
like
think north would be
I
best.
feel like
Aster, so
I feel like we
One at
have
a
a
time.
bit of a moral obligation to at least peek at Aster and make sure that people are getting out okay, because there are going to be a lot of people getting hurt.
I think the bigger moral obligation is to make sure that the town knows to evacuate.
Are you willing to be in Rubea and, like, you're the person who, like, actually got to see the ship falling. Like, continual checking, like, it's not going to be long before it hits. Like, the fact that you're all in your vehicles right now is probably the only reason that you could hope to be outside of the blast radius.
I feel like we should, like, primarily be Alright, so I feel like we should primarily be exiting almost directly south, but we should head slightly east so that we can scrape by Port Aster and just kind of announce in case anybody didn't get the memo. And, like, there's a decent chance that, like, everybody there will hear it, not just the Protostel, but, like, I feel like a huge ship is about to land on this entire area and make a massive crater is reason enough to also tell the enemy combatants that maybe they want to get out.
I mean, why go south when we could kind of go like,
Look right here.
yeah.
I mean, like, that could work too, whichever direction.
Okay, yeah. I think, yeah, you start to make your way there. I will delete. Crap, you're dead. There's certainly still fighting going on in Aster. You don't see 5 below. Or hold up, I'm getting myself twisted around. Is it 5 below or 5 under? 5 under. You don't see 5 under there in her centaur, but you do see fighting still going on. You can probably attempt to do something to make the evacuation go better, or to happen at all. But that is up to you.
I'm going to declare a fine broadcast system on the vehicle and just fucking announce that everybody should leave.
If you want to convince them, I think it'll have to be a move.
I figured as much. I'm gonna do it as a command because, like, speaking sternly is probably going to work a lot better than trying to convince them in some method.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think this sounds like a command that you're gonna be doing.
Are you pushing yourself?
For this, I will push myself.
Is anybody helping you?
Hell yeah. I will.
No!
I can take one more, like, assistance. How much can you take?
I can do 2.
I thought you took one!
No. Remember we didn't do that one.
That push was in the mech, I believe, so it didn't do stress.
Oh.
It's in the...
Yeah, I have 2, if I can do one more push before I'm, like, I will get a scar,
It's my turn.
Actually, we're all in the same position, so who would rather throw the first stone?
For the record, my stress is very high because I just marked the stress for this now.
It's me.
Yeah.
I do it.
Alright, Limbo.
I start revving and getting real loud.
Get yourself killed.
Making sure, everybody's paying attention to moi. And, ends up hearing Fade's announcement, but that's secondary. I'm sorry.
And collateral die.
What would the collateral die be?
The collateral die will be that some of the Protostel will be shot down because they will pay more attention to you than they will to the Green-Eyed Fiends.
Hell fucking no. Alright, fine. We're not taking that.
Alright, and that is... I'll say this is desperate. This is a desperate standard. Let's see, how many dice was that? You have 1 in command.
I'm pushing and then I'm getting help, so 3.
Okay. You do it.
You do it.
Oh, that was good.
Mark XP for that desperate.
You do it.
How does this go down?
We are all just fucking sprinting past Point Aster, and the entire time I've activated, to the highest degree of volume that I can, I am playing out through the broadcasting speakers on Warpaint to loudly announce to everybody in this battle that an unknown ship is falling from the sky on a direct collision course with our area, and that anyone who does not wish to be in said collision course should leave at their earliest convenience.
And when Limbo notices that not a lot of people are paying attention, he's gonna get stupid loud.
And then people pay fucking attention.
Yeah, that's his shtick.
I mean, technically, we haven't ever gone into Point Aster, so like we're still in contract.
You did a good job.
There's not going to be a Point Aster soon.
Largely, everyone seems to immediately disengage. Whether they're, pirates or artists, they all run in the same direction. And then I assume y'all leave the combat zone.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, my head. God.
Mission complete.
We did it.
Minutes after you leave the area, a absolutely deafening roar as the city-sized ship barrels down through the atmosphere, red hot. And at first, when it hits, it doesn't hit. It crumples, and it's as if it wasn't even there, like it was an illusion, until the engine room strikes the ground. And when that happens, it is essentially a ball of destruction. And the next time you look at Rubea, half of it is a miles-long crater. Congratulations!
This wasn't our fault, was it?
No.
Was it?
No, of course not. You
We're
saw
not
the
gonna
blood.
get docked a letter grade for the harming of the entire population, right?
No, that wasn't what you did. Don't worry.
Is the power plant dead?
Yeah.
What's my
Power plant's gone.
What's gonna happen to my reward?
I mean,
The person
listen,
didn't die. They left.
The
They
dude,
left, dude.
the dude did literally tell you that forces beyond your control were playing right now. He probably knew this was going to happen. That's why he was leaving
Yeah.
and telling you to
That
leave
is-
too.
Oh, so that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's why.
That was a
It's
good catch,
hella
Ginny. I
desperate.
didn't even think about that.
That's why they were looking desperate.
We
Get anxious.
find.
Yo, that ruled.
Is the reward in the references? That'd be really helpful.
I don't know, but I can look at the
Reference sheet. You got a reward in there? Yeah, you do. Okay, cool. So, we'll do this immediately, and then we'll do XP and stuff like that.
Okay.
Take a supply roll from the employer faction, unless the mission was independent. Roll dice equal to the target's tier. The tier was 2, I think.
Factions and squads.
Let's see. Plus employer faction bonus, which is oligarchy. They don't have that written down here, but that's okay. I'll just find it. I'm actually, ironically, on it. Or not, this isn't oligarchy, this is democracy. Democracy gives you +1 material. I'll actually start writing this down. For the... So +1 personnel, +1 material. So there's, let's see. Okay, I will actually have to look up the reward because this doesn't actually show the process. There it is. It was successful. Take a supply roll from the employer faction. Roll dice equal to the target's tier plus the employer faction status. Your status with them is 0, I think, currently.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So yeah, roll roll 2 dice.
Cool. Who wants to do it? Can I do it?
I'm
Seth,
cool
you have
with
a
you doing
Yeah, do
legitimate
it.
problem.
Do it, bitch.
I just did fortune roll. That's a 6,
That's good.
baby.
If I remember correctly, it is you roll the highest, right?
I hope so.
Gain supply points equal to the highest die, so you got 6 supply points.
Yippee!
Very good. You did not fail. So let's see, roll equals 6. Let's see, employer's faction supply bonus was +1 material, +1 personnel. The squad earns 2 rep, so you got 2 rep. That should be enough to... No, it's not, okay. Target was a higher tier, so you take 4 rep.
What was that?
Assign supply points. We'll do that later.
Yeah, we can do that. next
Did
session.
each pilot, would you consider this to have furthered your drive?
Yeah.
I mean, I made some sort of deal which could potentially like pay off in the future. So like maybe whether it's monetary or not, it gives me like opportunities.
No for me.
Yes.
No for me.
Absolutely.
Okay. You think that this, like, in particular for Limbo, you think that this is like showing that you're sick as fuck, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that was bombastic.
One person survived to tell the tale of rushing limbo.
Maybe you like
was
I don't know,
great.
like you upload the footage from your mech or something
shit.
onto the internet. Well, not internet, but the local like network.
He has a fucking dash cam.
Okay, yeah.
He gives it around to everyone like a fucking mixtape.
It's for insurance purposes, he says.
Let's see. What would we call this? This would essentially, I'd say, start another long-term project.
Okay, that sounds...
Or actually, would it? Or would the... maybe this is just baller enough to just get you a tick. What do you think?
I'd hope it was baller enough to make a tick because of all of those crits I did.
You did a lot of crits.
So would that way...
Long-term project. Figure out who the fuck stole your
this
video
isn't a
and
long-term
took
project
credit.
because you have to work towards that. I'd say this is you get a tick on your drive clock.
Alright, I have ticked that off.
And the other one was
Does my assessment sound okay? Just like
it sounds about right. This is essentially the thing is that this is like how you leverage it, because this could be like a squad thing or it could be a you thing, and you can certainly leverage it as a you thing.
I'd have to see what they'd be willing to offer first, so maybe I should think on that.
I think they offer whatever you think that they offer, like whether it's like something that is for you or if it isn't is up to you. We'll talk about who they are and what they would give you. But if you want to just mark it as like, yes, this helped me with my drive, then yes.
So would that be like a clock?
No, not a full clock, just a tick.
Yeah, that's what I meant, a tick.
Yep.
Oh wait, that's tick then.
Yeah, I made that mistake. Didn't understand
Okay.
it completely. But...
Everyone else says it did not help their drive, which is fine. Let's see. Every pilot can take, that's the downtime. Remove any level 1 harm y'all have, and any level 1 damage.
Yay, there goes everything.
I'm not the only one who took level 2 harm.
I think so.
Damn, I am like messed up.
You're like physically messed up.
Yeah.
Other players are like their mechs are messed up a bit, but
Limbo will kiss your boo-boos and make you feel better.
Can you give me
Does
like
he put that on
Medway
the
or
internet
something?
too?
Yes.
let's see.
Limbo
I will
is-
say
No, he's chasing the clout. He titles the video fucking helping abandon injured bunny regain strength. Not clickbait.
When it's
Problem
me,
with being
also-
problem with being a spy is that all the cool things I did were not seen by anyone else.
okay. We'll go over trust, I think, between sessions. Let's get through XP for folks. Let me find XP.
Sounds good.
Oh, I'm a doofus. I forgot that XP is like the things on your list, basically.
I hope.
So going down the list, we'll start with Limbo.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm paying attention.
you addressed a challenge with piloting or violence.
Yeah.
I'd give yourself 2 for that.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
You expressed your history, tragedy, or opening.
I don't think so.
You expressed your history as a car racer and
Oh,
your
yeah.
opening as an illegal mech fighting, so 2 for there.
Okay.
And did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
I don't think so.
I don't think you particularly struggled because of those.
No, I don't think I did. I thrived. In fact.
Right. Okay, so you get 4 general XP to put in whatever you want.
Oh hell yeah. That rules.
Let's head to Fade. Address a challenge with understanding or poise. I think you certainly did that, especially with the hostage.
Yeah.
I think that was a bombastic way to deal with that. Frankly,
It
like that was
was.
very. That was sick as hell.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm very confused why you were like, are you sure you want to let him go? Are you sure you want to let him go?
I mean, because like it's rare that a person's like, okay, you shot at me. Here's your mech back. Please leave.
Okay, but at the same time, these are like people past their prime.
I mean,
hey,
like,
it's
you
fine.
you
Well,
guys,
now it's
it
fine
doesn't
because they're
matter
dead.
now, yeah.
It doesn't matter now because they're gone.
Well, now they're way past their prime, and you're furthering my point.
Anyway, I'd say give yourself 2 XP for addressing challenges with understanding your poise.
Right, right.
Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening? I think like you commanding those folks was certainly an ex-militia recruit kind of thing. You know, like you know how to speak with authority.
I could see that.
Let's see. You finally did your broadcast, so frankly, I want to reward you for that because that was cool. So give yourself 2 XP for this.
All right.
And then, did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks? You certainly struggled when that remote vehicle control happened.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that was the fault of any of that.
Let me think. I mean, like, flashy and distracting, that could, like, be part of the reason. You know, like, oh, this thing's here. Bye.
Fair point.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll say give yourself 1 for that.
Okay.
So you get 5 overall.
Hell yeah.
Stunner. You addressed a challenge with violence or coercion.
Yes.
This is the most violence you've done, I think, in like directly.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give yourself 2 for that.
2?
Yeah, like you did like I mean the tangle gun it was certainly good. The coercion was from like you like the coercion was simultaneously you like doing the violence because you were doing it very like weird. It was like interestingly sneaky, you know.
Okay.
At the very least, I just like that you were like doing possibly lethal shit, and that was cool.
I like seeing my players harm people.
Right. Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I feel like I didn't do any of the things on the list except for the fight and coerce. Or what's it? Yeah, coerce. So yeah.
What does anyone else think?
I mean, you could, like, if you wanted to make it a fucking stretch, you could say I struggled with common parts because my tangle gun broke, but at the same time, that's not why it broke.
Right.
Yeah, so...
If you think that's how it is, then I guess that's how it is.
Unfortunate, but, I mean, hey, 2 XP is 2 XP.
That's true. And finally, Truffle. You addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion. Big ups, 2 XP.
Okay.
Expressed your history, tragedy, or opening.
I'm not sure. Maybe like the way I talked, like, could like,
I think
when you talked to the old man, like you certainly like kind of got into a calm, kind of business-like persona for a bit.
Yeah. Tried to like.
If I could speak, I think the fact that he took the deal under the assumption that this would help him with his drive, the drive being part of his tragedy, I feel like that kind of goes with him expressing his tragedy.
That's fair. I'd say that like especially the part where you know you used your prosthetic to help you get out of a situation, express that.
Yeah.
So I'd say give yourself 2 for that.
Okay.
And then you struggle because of relief, scars, or quirks.
Only thing I could think for that one would be like me just being angry at everyone for like killing. Well, I guess like I don't know. Probably not overall. Let me look at my quirks again.
Unbeknownst to Truffle Troubadour, Stunner Morello killed a man that day, and he will never know.
I mean, what? Limbo didn't make me lose a paycheck. We still technically like accomplished the mission. Yeah, I don't think this qualifies. So I guess just 4.
Okay.
I don't know how much more I'm willing to like bargain.
Let's see. We'll go through squad XP real quick, and then we will roll for the entanglement.
Yay! Squad XP. I almost said HP.
Squad XP.
Squad XP.
There we go.
Look, there it is.
So this is. It should be actually on there. Let me see.
Looking
XP.
Yeah, it's at the very bottom.
Execute a successful delivery or acquire new clients or contraband sources. You may have acquired a new client with the weird guy.
Yeah, I would. I think I would want to count that.
Okay, we'll count that as 1. Face off against challenges above your pay grade, 100%. You faced off against like two relatively sizable like squads of enemies, so I'd like to give you two for there.
Okay.
Also,
bolster your
like
squad's
in a way,
reputation or
we
develop.
also like depending on how you want to count it, like convincing people to evacuate when a goddamn city of a ship is about to crash is also a bit above our pay grade.
Right. Yeah, that's two for there, so that's three overall. Well, so far. Bolster your squad's reputation or develop a new one. We gave you. I thought we gave you a new one last time. Well, you have a new one now. What is it?
Oh wow.
Showboats.
No, I think this is you did above and beyond. Like you did it. You were very thorough. You were quick. Like what do you?
Meticulous?
That kind of implies slow.
I'm trying
Fair.
to think of the word beginner's luck, I guess. Because we're still starting
No.
out. No?
I think this goes beyond that point.
Beyond that as well? Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if anything, I would have called the first mission beginner's luck, but considering
Oh,
how we
yeah.
handled that situation,
Right.
that puts it beyond
Right.
it.
True.
Reliable?
Reliable's not bad, but that implies that you've done a lot, and you haven't done a lot. You know? That implies that, like, you've done a bunch of missions. We could go with professional. Like, you did this very, like, you know, not by the books, but, like, you... Like, you did the damn thing.
We hit all the marks.
Right. You did hit all the marks, and then you went a little further.
I could see that, yeah.
A team wants
We'll
to
at
reward
least
you with
put
a
it that for
promotion.
now.
You have to go on several deep dives, though.
Okay, so how much...
I'm going to give myself a promotion.
How many... how much XP have we gotten so far? That'd be 4, correct?
With this one, it's an extra 2, I'd say.
So 5?
Yeah, and then express the goals, inner conflict, or essential nature of the squad.
I don't think we... maybe essential nature?
The book, of course, says, like, do not be stingy with this, so I'm just gonna give y'all 2, frankly. Because, like, this whole mission was, like, went very smoothly, very well. Like, any hang-ups you dealt with really, really well. You pushed through.
Okay, so add another 2.
Yeah. Plus, it, like, brought up a lot of inter-conflicts involving, like, you know, Fade used Zur abilities for, like, the first time in the game. A lot of people pushed past, like, their, like, unwillingness to hurt folks and, like, hurt folks.
I don't think Limbo was unwilling.
No death count yet. No death count yet for me.
For you.
So yeah, that is 7
I've already done
7
it.
squad XP.
I've
Good
already
job.
gone through and done it. There you go, look.
Okay, so you got a squad level.
Yep.
You can use that to get 2 base upgrades or 1 special ability.
We
Or you
agreed.
can get a
You go.
I said you could get a cohort or a fire team. You can use that in many ways.
Okay.
We'll discuss what exactly you're doing in between. Finally, we're going to go ahead and real quick do the engagement and then finally finish the recording because it's gone on quite a while.
Yeah, it has.
Oh, that's almost
Tangled.
4 hours.
Yeah,
Entanglement, you mean?
I get to edit.
What'd you say?
Did you say did you mean engagement or entanglement?
Entanglement.
Okay.
Alright,
So let's see. Blah blah blah. Roll a number of dice equal to 3 minus the squad's relationship level with the patron faction, which is 0. Yeah, it's still 0.
Okay,
So that'd be 3. And then the table we roll on is Does it say which table we roll on? Hold up. I'm pretty sure it's table B, so... Oh, hold up. Give me a minute. This dang thing. Kinda hard to read that.
Yeah.
Entanglement. There we go. If the targeted squad... Okay, the targeted squad determines which table. I'm pretty sure it's table B because we're not positive with them, so... go ahead and roll...
Who wants to do this?
Squads relationship.
This is
Yeah,
low
this
roll
is,
better, right?
Yeah, sort of.
So
Anyway,
three
roll 3 dice, yes.
Okay. Hold on. Here you go. 3, 3, or 3, 2, and 4.
Okay. Take the highest result. So 4.
Yep.
4 on table B is Rivals. Squad with 0 status throw... Wait, this again?
You want me to re-roll?
No,
because-
this is different actually.
Okay.
A squad with 0 status 0 throws their weight around. If they threaten you, a friend, ally, or other associate, forfeit 1 rep or 1 personnel per tier of the rival, or stand up to them and lose 1 status.
It depends. Who are they threatening?
Depends. We can decide that.
Alright, let's go do that.
Do you want to act that out this session or next session?
Absolutely not. That'll be next session.
Okay, good.
I'm pretty sure that's all the things I could imagine. Oh, I do want to go over the final stuff. That is to say, right here. If a mission was completed, the session asked the pilots the following question. Are y'all going to be following up on a previous mission's outcome? Will you be following up on the fall of Rubea? Rather, the fall of the Star over Dawn.
I think so, because
That's a pretty big thing to have.
that's
think it's
a
good.
lot of scrap.
I think it's gonna be hard to not follow up on it because I think a lot of people are about to notice that this is happening.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean,
this is
on
not
the other
like
hand, maybe the idea is that you want to lay low. But if you don't, then absolutely. The other questions are: is your aim to seize a squad upgrade, hurt the target, aid yourself, or aid another squad? I don't think it's necessarily any of those, unless you're looking for something in the wreckage.
Not really. I wouldn't know what to expect out of that.
Is there a specific area you want to target? Where the Star over Dawn is?
Yeah.
Is there a specific resource you want to acquire?
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Resource.
Yeah, resource. I'd hope for like some scrap or like better supplies.
I want to figure out why this crashed, and like if it's like if whatever caused it to crash is going to cause risk to us.
Technically, it already has.
Okay, are you targeting a squad weaker, stronger, or about the same as you? We don't know. Are you targeting a specific squad or faction? Not necessarily.
No. I'd say no.
We could argue that it's the Interium because they're definitely going to be coming out in force, to probably deal with anybody wanting to interfere.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, makes sense.
So at the final bit of this, how's everyone doing?
I'm doing all right.
Really good. This was a fun session.
I like getting to do a side stealth thing and like use that to further like some sort of development with other people.
Yeah, like even though I wasn't like the quote unquote star of our side mission, I do like the fact that we were able to kind of split this into almost like 2 separate sessions just because we were dealing with completely different things.
Yeah, it was nice.
My only
Jenny?
regret is I didn't get to come back in time and make a dynamic entry.
It's okay.
Jenny, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Sleepy.
Let's see. What'd y'all like about the session?
All the clocks, but you already knew that. All
The
the
clocks were
consequences.
scary.
I love the clocks. I love seeing them tick up and down and being like, "Ugh."
I like that I got to kind of spend the session in a bit more of a dynamic position than kind of would normally have been expected because of the fact that a lot of the times you expect that your pilot's just going to be constantly like it's a very in mech situation when these things go down. But this time, not only was I not really in my mech for most of it, but like I spent a lot of it just riding along in Limbo's car, and then I just hopped out and did a stealth thing, and then hopped back into Limbo's car. In the end, I
Right.
burned a bunch of quirks on Warpaint, and then Warpaint didn't do anything.
I mean, the fact that you didn't like get that Warpaint isn't like full of holes right now is kind of like the good thing, you know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
but like
I
at
mean-
the same time, if I hadn't called Warpaint, there'd be no damage, and nothing would have gone differently.
Jenny, if you didn't call
Well-
Warpaint, it would have been in the blast range.
Yeah.
Yep, it would have been.
Fair point.
It probably would have had to run right through Aster to get to your like escape point.
Yeah.
And finally, is there anything that you disliked about the session? Anything you'd like to see less of?
I do feel that at the end of the day, I know this isn't the case, but it just kind of felt like the Battle of Rubea clock was pointless. But again, that is also because we never did anything to actually make it go all the way down.
See,
So-
I don't think it was a pointless clock, but I do wish that there had been some opportunity to do something that would have influenced it, because of the fact that
Yeah.
it felt like it was constantly just going down, and I didn't think that we had much influence over making it go better.
Yeah.
That's fair. Right.
I would have liked to see like one or more people from the Protostel, like maybe like in B assisting. Like I guess they all were focused on Aster, but
Right.
it would have been nice to see a bit more of them, I guess.
That's entirely fair. Though, like, the whole point was to have them have their battle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
It would
Also, I
have
didn't mention
been
it, but I really liked the stealth mission. That was fun to manage.
it would have been cool of like the idea of we are not the only like, you know, kind of low level squad that they've sent to B, and that we actually have another group with us, and like, oh, desperate situation, bam, out of nowhere, this other group comes to like aid us, you know. That would have been a cool
You want to
thing.
feel like less of the small fish in the big pond.
No, I still want to be the small fish in the big pond. I just want other small fish to help us.
All right. That sounds like that's about it. Thanks again, everyone, for playing. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. You know I did, though. You know I did.
Seth, we need to have an intervention soon.
Man, I'm gonna have to have like just a little bit of discussion with you guys about like the attack, the harming of other people.
I thought Stunner was the one who was interested in gambling.
It's me now. Me, Seth, the player.
But it is quite late, so
Yeah.
crack open a crack open a Kopaka one with the Boyonicles, everybody.